That nonsense shall begin.
I can do it. Here's the deal.
I gave up Christ for the midwife fucking. No, okay, no, let's not. Alright, let's calm down.
Not ponytails or cottontails, yeah, ducktails. Woo!
We're leaving the area.
If I leave the chest with you and then I make it and then you don't, then what fool are we?
Well, but then the chest will be right there, and you will lost nothing.
But you'll be dead. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Just a quick little run through the door and nothing more. Everything's fine, I am fine, and you are fine.
These poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron crying, spells, earth the please, and I help them? Yes, I do.
Are you with me, mateys?
Arr.
Arr, arr. All right, once more with feeling.
Once more with feeling.
I'm just gonna run up the stairs and have some fun, and then you'll be on the run behind me and it will be fine.
Is this home? Am I here for a day or forever? Shut away from the world until who knows when. Oh, but then, as my life has been altered once, it can change again.
Restore power. Ah! Fuck me, Jesus Christ! All right.
That's 33 points of damage.
Okay. Okay, put your little mouth away. Put your little mouth away!
That sounds like a
So we have a Kraken.
meg. Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Moose! Moose! You're so cute!
Everything's fine, everything's fine. Everything is fine, and ultimately the end of this game will be mine.
Alright, let's do it.
I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this! Oh my god, I hate this! I've never seen this before and I hate it! Ah! That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. No, no. Ah! Ah! Jesus fucking Christ! Failing stuff and everything is good, cause I act real tough. Everything will be fine at
I just want you to know that I love that.
Friends. Yeah? Everything's fine, everything's fine. Everything's fucking fine, cause this is gonna be the last time we're gonna do it this time. Yeah, fine, everything's fine.
Every day's a little harder as I feel my power grow. Don't you know there's part of me who loves to go into the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna watch you.
I did it. Oh, no. You know.
Everything is fine, we're just gonna do our time in this prison of the mind. Everything's fine, everything's fine. Everything is fine, and it's gonna be alright.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah!
Hey everybody, welcome to Heartsinger Games. What's up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? I am Ann Richmond, aka Heartsinger, the head bard in charge, and these are my incredible friendos. The cast of Starfound. We are -1 Miles, he is fine. He is just recovering.
He's good.
From a rough day. But
Science is good.
Science is great, and we are glad that it helps people figure out what's going wrong in their bodies. But it is a real
You're
shit
not
show.
wrong.
But what's up, Trix? What's up, Spider? What's up,
Hey.
D-Stack? What's up, Chiron? Thank you so much for that raid. But tonight, weirdly, we planned for the unplanned, which is to say, the theme of this evening's adventure is truly yes and, the improviser's motto. And
Also,
so-
yes, Anne.
and also yes,
Also,
and.
Anne. Yes,
Which-
Anne.
But who
Yes,
is Anne?
Yes, who is she? Who
Stay
is
tuned.
she?
Maybe we'll
Your
find out.
dungeon master. Okay.
Oh.
Spider's like, damn it, too slow. I hear you. So basically what we are doing tonight is we're basically disproving every video I've ever made on my YouTube about
Pretty much,
how
yeah.
much, I spent a lot of time on this week's YouTube video talking about, like, here's a great way to plan your character and to build character. And a lot of people responded to it on Facebook by being like, yeah, cool, but I don't want to do that. And you know what? You don't have to. And
Fair.
proving that tonight is a group of people who have all gone into D&D Beyond, and used the randomizer character creator to create a random level 1 character that they just discovered. I then used a randomizer that is available online and will be available on the Discord after the show and in the information section of this YouTube video when it goes up. It is a randomizer for creating concepts for one-shots. So I used that to get my ideas for what the story was going to be 10 minutes before we met to set up all the tech. And then I went on to Kobold Fight Club, which I'll also add a link to in the description here on YouTube once we're done, and on our Discord, which you can find here if you're watching us live on Twitch right now. Kobold Fight Club has a key feature that allows you to randomize encounters of different difficulties for different levels of characters. So you can say how many characters you have, what levels they are, and it'll tell you if the encounter is easy, medium, hard, or deadly. So I used that to kind of get some other ideas. So everything that you're about to see is pretty much flying by the seat of our pants. But that doesn't mean that you still can't have a very intense time. And joining me for tonight's intense improvised adventure. First up, we have Helena Catherine Anderson.
It's an honor just to be nominated. Thank you so much, Anne, for that wonderful intro. Hi, I'm Helena Anderson, and I have a deep obsession with cats and llamas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a person on the internet. I have a TikTok, a YouTube, and an Instagram. All of them are at The Magic Llama Mood. I'll put a link to my YouTube down below in the chat. I have a new video that comes out every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow's video is probably the strangest thing I've ever done on my channel. And it's not so much the thing that I'm doing, but what I'm saying.
It's not what you said, it's how you said it. No.
Honestly, yes. So feel free to check that out tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. And then follow me at The Magic Llama Mood on TikTok and Instagram for updates and random just look at me,
Just random looks at me. It's true.
Yeah, take a look at me.
Another person I'd like you all to have a look at is Dexter Warren. Segues on.
That was great.
Fleek.
Just love it so much, and I did not pause to cover up the fact that I was burping. Mystery, intrigue. We're yes-anding Henny. Hi, Internet. My name is Dexter Warren. This sleep-deprived ball of chaos normally plays Jabby, but we're branching out with someone who apparently also builds machines. Because random.
Because it's random. He did not choose that.
It's true. It's true. But you can find me on TikTok as Afro Sundere. We're almost to 1,600
hell yeah.
followers. So we're working on getting on that TikTok creator fund. Got to get to 10K.
Dang.
So help me out, y'all. Would love to have you. We're doing a lot of avatar content because I'm a ride or die for Cora, and she will be respected. So
Cool.
Welcome.
I did sort of kind of gloss over the fact that normally we play Starfinder on this channel at this time on this date. So Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. So come back every week for an adventure of some kind, but most of the time it'll be Starfinder, and you can find our Starfound information at patreon.com/starfoundpod, which you can see listed at the bottom of the screen. But lastly, not to see where it's listed, but don't get it twisted, it's
Ooh.
Parker Wallace!
That's me! I'm Parker Wallace.
Oh!
Hi there, everybody. Hi there. I am a content creator. I have a YouTube channel right there for you, and you can find me on Facebook at Parker Wallace Actor, and on Twitter as @Parker Wallace. Yeah. And I'm sending React videos onto my YouTube channel slowly but surely. I usually update Monday at noon.
Nice.
And I just finished a one based on 2 randomly chosen anime.
Ooh.
Since this is the randomly chosen night.
It's
theme,
true. I mean, we love flying out of the seat of our pants. I will tell
love
you,
actors.
speaking of random things that have just happened, I just dumped half of my water onto my chest, but you can't tell. And so we're just gonna move along. All right, before we get started, is there anything else anybody wants to say before we dive in to this strange evening?
I do.
Yeah?
I do. Here's a reminder to all you beautiful people in the audience. Life is crazy, but you know what? You're still a bad bitch. You're loved. You're enough. So just not like gassing y'all up. Hydrate, and let's just watch you slay the game and watch us maybe slay our foes.
Hell yes! Hell yes! I love this. I'm having such a good time already. All right,
my
everybody.
God. That was so much better than what I was going to say.
Oh, what were you
That was
gonna say?
Way better.
Are you okay? Do you want to say it?
Are corn dogs kind of like popsicles, or are popsicles kind of like corn dogs? That's all I was going to say. But I am glad that Dex said that very wholesome, loving thing, and I'm so sorry.
And with that, let's tune in for tonight's episode of Yes and Okay. And this is where we would roll our expensive credit sequence that we didn't just make up. But instead I'm going to find the music that I want to play. give me
I'm so happy.
Give me a. All right.
Listen, know it all. Just switch off water and tequila. Just do it for me. Just switch it off as you go. Yeah.
Is the output to? No, it's probably fine now. Can you guys hear the music? Let me know if you can. You in the show probably can't, but the people in chat. All right. Here we go.
All right.
Each of you, in your single, separate lives, has fallen into a deep, deep sleep. For Golmeal, is that how you say your name, Helena? I'm so sorry.
I like that. That sounds great.
Golmeal? Okay, great. For
Golmeal, yeah.
For Golmeal,
Let's go, Meal.
you can feel in your dream the light filtering down through an endless canopy of trees. Almost as if you feel your body just lifted towards this unknown point of light that is always just forever covered by fans and fans of leaves that keep caressing you as they move past your body and you slowly rise upwards. For Tidal, you stare into a still pool of water in a forest grove, immaculately still. Your own reflection beams up at you. How does that make you feel to see your own reflection?
It is, quite frankly, unsettling.
Great. So you sort of cant your head to the side, reaching forward. in this sleepless, or in this sleeping meditation into the water, watching the arms of your water genasi form simply melt and become an infinite astral sea, until you are not a reflection of the self, but a container for so much life. And then lastly, we have Lakshun. It is the sounds of a crackling fire, a campfire in the middle of a dark wood, the howls of wolves, the creeping of small creatures, things that might terrify anyone else, but for you, this is home. And yet, as you stare into the deep embrace of the flames, as they flicker and crack and lash out at you, you find yourself drawn to be consumed by them. Each of you passing through this strange elemental portal into complete darkness. Gulmiel, you pass through the light. You finally come to the top of the trees, and there is nothing there, and you're suddenly standing on your feet. Tidal, you suddenly find, as you become everything, that you are suddenly one horrible, haunted being again. And Lakshun, though the fire should burn, you step through it towards a destiny you're unsure of and find yourself standing in total darkness. What do you all do? I'll start with you, Gulmiel. Oh, you're
I think you're muted,
muted.
Helena.
I'm so sorry.
But what do you do,
Gulmiel-
Doe?
I will tell you. Gulmiel further sticks her toes into the dirt, like clutching to the earth itself, and shouts, "Hello?"
The two of you, the others, Tidal and Lakshun, hello, 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 echoing through what would seem to be a chamber, and yet the echo is so endless and morphing and strange that suddenly you realize that the wall could be 2 feet away from you, or it could be 2 million miles away from you in any direction.
Salutation.
Salutation, salutation, salutation.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? It sort of rings around you until all of you hear behind you this and something begins to open up and through what you imagine is some invisible form of earth driving you forward, and all you know is fear. What do you do?
Run.
Run. Yeah, run.
You take off. I'm assuming, Tidal, you're running as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to make an assumption.
Oh no, I was
you're
shaking
like,
my head. Sorry.
No, that's good. It's good. It's
Yeah.
good. So you
Yeah.
all take off, thundering steps, echoing throughout this entire space. Again, endlessly large, and yet could be a trap or a hole in the ground. You have no idea. And all of you smash into each other. You see in a burst of blue light each other's forms as you kind of stumble back from each other. And then you wake up feeling the rain begin to beat rhythmically on your faces as a bolt of lightning paired with thunder cracks across the sky in the early morning at sunrise. Now, each of you are in a deep wood, some of you familiar with the place, and others not so much. Gulmiel, you awake in your druidic village. Lakshun, you and Tidal have been traveling towards this village. For a couple of days, and you know that once you collect yourselves this morning, you'll be able to make a short push in a few hours to make it the rest of the way. So let's start with Lakshun and Tidal. What do you do as you wake up with a start at the same time to this thunder, hearing the storm gather?
Would we be in the same tent, or like how close would we be? Like,
How close do you want to be?
I think we both like get up at the same time. Like we like both leave our tents at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. We're like, oh, hi, Tidal. It's good to see you. Gosh, what a night, yeah. You slept okay?
Well, not so much okay as quite unsoundly, potentially screaming from an awful dream. Good morning.
Might be the spirits of the forest inundating us with spiritual energy and affecting us in our subconscious. At least I think so. I've read something about that.
Now, as you two look at each other, why don't you tell us what you see of each other? So just describe yourselves, and so that we can all get a sense of who you are. Let's start with Lakshun.
Absolutely. Lakshun. Let's see. I have a... Basically, he is a tiefling with red skin tone and horns that curl like I would say like some sort of like ram or ox or something like that. A little bit more pronounced and curved rather than like towards the head. Long, silken black hair, yellow eyes, and his druidic garb is green, flowing, loose on him. Very much of a certain village.
Okay. And as far as Tidal, what do we see of this water genasi?
Yes, you see about 5'7", light sea blue skin, and hair that is in kind of a little bit of a perpetual rain cloud afro going on, where he has chainmail, but it's weird because it kind of shifts as he has a solid form, but it's still a bit malleable a bit. There's a bit of a faint steam about him all the time. And he has on a very steampunk type glove and goggles on his forehead as he looks about.
All right. So that's what we see. You two have discussed your dreams. Is there anything else? What's your direction at this point?
How far away are we from our destination?
So you take out your compass. This is something given to those who have already been initiated, and something that only you would ever receive. And you see, it's not so much a compass as it is a pendulum, a beautiful piece of like granite, like deep granite that's always a little cool to the touch on the end of a silkworm's cord. And as you hold it up, and the rain sort of like splashes against it, but the little bit of light that's starting to come down and filter through the leaves begins to hit it, and you see it swing. And the swings start carrying it gently in a particular direction. The speed of the swing tells you who you are. You are used to seeing this piece in its movement. Tells you you're about half a day's walk away. Like you can be there by the end of the morning.
Great. Well, I think the next point of interest is breakfast, and then starting our little journey.
Yes, well, it would not do to go hiking on an empty stomach.
So the two of you begin to kind of gather your things, and we're going to pan the scene over to Golmiel. So, Golmiel, how do you, with this flash of lightning, how do we find you awaking?
She wakes up and sits immediately up in her little cot that's covered in different furs, and she's sweating profusely. And so she kind of looks around to see if anyone else in her little, I guess she would be living with her family in her little tent in this area, if they were awake.
Sure. And so you see next to you two dwarves kind of spoon, like in the spoon, like of sleeping, just gently. You see your father's arm around your mother, and there's something very comforting about seeing this, happy family. Just and the rhythmic kind of lull of the raindrops pattering against the top of your, I guess, what do you guys live in? Is it a tent? Is it a hutch? Like, how do you imagine it?
I feel like it would mostly be wooden, and I guess there would be fabric blinds kind of on the house to, manipulate where the sun comes in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'd be a wooden hut that has like carvings of things that I can't even begin to understand on the threshold of the door.
Yeah. And so this, from having lived in this community your entire life, that these things are made by the village. Every time a new family, a new person comes, everyone works to carve in their woodwise tales, moments of creatures they've seen or friends they've lost, so that the very place that you live is just covered in art and stories from years and years of people who follow Sylvanus's worship, just surrounding you almost like a blessing.
Yeah.
So
I think she'll take like a little rag from her, few bits of clothing that she needs.
Yeah.
A little rag, and she slides her hand out the window, trying not to wake her parents, and gets some of the water, the rainwater on her rag to wipe her.
It all falls down on you. It's really refreshing and cool, like super cool, but also like cool to the touch. And you are able to kind of come to your senses. And as a cleric, Golmiel, it is not abnormal for you to have had a dream. But there is one person in the village who you can expect, because for some reason you and these other druids and clerics sometimes share in these visions. And you, as soon as you're able to get yourself together and move out into the greater space of the village and see all of these other buildings that are built into the sides of like a nearby cliff and up into the trees. It's like very Ewok village above, you know, and it's just everything built into the organic sway of the wood. Nothing is built to use, but instead to work with in concert with all of these natural elements. Very, if you guys are art fans out there, Andy Goldsworthy comes to mind. That like everything, Rivers and Tides. If you haven't seen it, it's a fantastic documentary. Totes recommend. But you guys are able to move between, and as luck would have it, in fact, as soon as you walk out, a small 3'5" form bumps into you. Now, how tall are you, Gomil?
She is tall for a dwarf.
Yeah.
She's like 5-ish on a good day.
Cool. So that's like my height. I'm having a lot of feelings.
I mean, same, but she's tall in her dwarven way.
Yeah.
So she's kind of a beanpole of a person. She has straw-colored yellow hair, and just freckles beyond freckles. As much as her mom tells her that she needs to stay inside and like make sure her skin's okay, she just doesn't seem to listen, and has taken to putting mud on her face to try and keep it from getting worse. But she's just befreckled.
So she is befreckled. This befreckled person looks down at another friendly befreckled face of this tiny little halfling whose wild red hair is just woven with ivy and leaves and stones and braids, and it looks like if you tried to brush it, it would be quite the challenge. But she looks up at you and she says, "Did you see?"
I did, and it was terrifying. Were you there? Could you hear?
No, I just knew that. I knew that you had seen something. As I so often do, I'm still waiting for a vision of my own.
A vision?
A calling.
Oh, yeah, a calling.
Well, you should speak. You should speak to the matron.
Oh, I don't know if she wants to talk to me. I stole her muffins the other day.
Oh, she won't care about that. If something this important is on the line, Sylvanas calls to you, child. And as you look down, for the audience, this halfling, though small and wiry, is quite old. She is, I would say, how we would, I guess, like, I don't know about halfling years. I'm bad at this part of D&D, but like in our world, probably like 45 or 50, like, and it shows. And
like
and in halfling years, you know, a couple hundred, right? No, wait, a couple hundred. Wait, 11.
Because gnomes are the gnomes, so like humans and halflings, and then like elves and gnomes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. I was like, wait a second. I know everything. I know nothing. So she's older, and she grabs you by the hand and begins tugging you in this direction. Do you follow, or?
Yeah, I do. In, I guess, this kind of preteen awkward phase, limbs just kind of.
So,
why am I always playing characters that are so clumsy?
I don't know, but it's your.
It was random this time.
It's your show.
That's endearing.
But she tumbleweeds behind this very small halfling.
So this very small halfling you know as Farah. And she continues to just prattle on about how one day she is going to be called and how it's going to be excellent and she's going to be an adventurer. If only her parents were like your parents and would let her begin the training. You know, it's very hard to do. I don't know why I'm like, but we're just going to go with it.
I'm obsessed.
But she goes with you and takes you to this cave. This cave, you know, is a place where you've only been to the mouth of before. As an initiate who is not yet really an acolyte, you have not made the transition to moving up the steps of this religious order to even like speak to the matron. The only interaction you've ever had with this matron is when you accidentally stole her muffins, and
It was an accident, though. It was totally an accident.
She did not care for it, but she did not speak to you in any way. She just reached out for the muffins at the time, just like as a memory of how awkward that was. And oh god,
Memory.
your
They both
parents
reach for the muffin.
have often returned from this cave, and you ask what lies in the cave, and they have not told you. So you sit and you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and it's wetter and wetter and wetter, and you and Farah have spoken to two leaf guardians two druids who stand guard outside the cave, but they just say that you'll have to wait until the matron calls for visitors, which you know the matron to be a very ancient elf, and you're like, elves in time, man, they just got a lot more of it than some of us.
They're on elf time.
Yeah, they're on elf time. Meanwhile, in these couple of hours that pass, Tidal and Lokashon arrive in the village. And the gates of the village lead the two of you down into this area. And Lokashon, you know that Tidal, you were sent to collect Tidal, who you offered as a potential recruit to the Creeping Wood, is what we're going to call this.
Okay.
Not a cult that you're all a part of. But you are brought to this place called the Creeping Wood, and you know that you are to await the matron. The matron knows in a look if someone is right. All she has to do is fix them in her gaze, and she does something. She did it to you, but you have no idea what she saw in you.
Exactly, yeah.
As an outsider. Whereas someone like Golmiel grew up here. She is automatically accepted as a member of this Creeping Wood family. But new people must be chosen. So you make your way to the cave and see Golmiel sitting there outside.
Golmiel is doing the classic nodding off thing as like Farah is prattling on to her about who knows what.
Yeah.
She's just kind of like, and just like the Pepsi commercial, the head nod.
Yeah.
Excellent. So when Lokashun sees Golmiel, immediately his face is gonna brighten up and go, "Hey! Hey!"
Oh, Lakashun, hey, what's up? Come join us. And she like nods with her head, like, please, oh my God, come sit next to me.
Yeah. Would they hug? Are they? Is it? Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
trying to,
for
I'm trying
sure.
to think of the village's like salutation, like the greeting.
Yeah, I think there's like a hug and some interesting hand thing that we do.
Yeah, like the hand thing into the hug. Yeah.
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 Oh, that's a quirky hand thing. Is this the place for the interview? Hello.
Yes. Hello. Sorry, Golmiel, this is Tidal. We go way back in university.
Oh, so y'all are smart. That's cool.
Well, I don't want to toot my own horn, but
I'm shockingly average.
You know
Amazing.
what? Sometimes that's all you can really ask for. Nice to meet you. I'm Goldmeal. I live here. There's not a lot to say. And she like looks over to Farah and it's like, no, it's not that. No, it's not.
Yeah. She sees that like you guys are kind of like having a conclave, and she's just kind of like nods. And now what are you, at this point, Tidal and Golmiel, you recognize each other from the dream. In fact, Golmiel, you all recognize each other from being in the dream because you all saw each other's faces in that bolt of lightning before everything woke.
Have I met you before?
Well, here's the thing. I am prone to having some prophetic, some sort of strange dreams, let's just say. And I swear to God, you were in my dream.
That's quite the queer thing to say, having strange dreams while you're prone to having strange dreams while you're prone sleeping. Ha Strange.
Yeah, no, it was weird. I was like real sweaty when I woke up.
I
wasn't because I don't sweat that much.
Listen,
Not
I'm
at all.
jealous. But my mom says that it's glistening, not sweat. Dwarves
yeah.
glisten.
Well, I am mostly water, so I cannot judge.
So out of this conversation continues. Go ahead and make a perception check. Who would like to perceive?
What's my perceive? Is
I
it
can
rolled +2.
perceive stuff.
Perception is a +1
Actually, no,
for
I
me.
can't.
All right. So
I have a +2.
okay, great. So whoever wants to do it, but only one person.
Dex, you
Not
want to do it?
me.
Yay! First roll of the game is a nat 20.
Oh! Yes. So, you start to feel that awful feeling like there's somebody here, but it's just pricking at the back of your neck, right? And you turn to see an incredibly tall elven woman with an otherworldly shape to her face, with the gaunt, high cheekbones. This is a high elf, an elf whose eyes are beginning to cluster with cataracts, whose long, dark, we'll say dark black hair falls down her back in a tumble of wild curls, and whose head is crested by reaching branches that bloom with flowers, with blue flowers, and robes of the deepest green. She's just standing there silently, taking you in.
Terrible as the dawn, indeed.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I worked really hard on it. Thanks. In the last 2 seconds,
love
because
it.
we planned
I love
literally nothing. So
Yes, and
so she stands there, and you see actually how it's just the slightest twitch in her hand from your natural 20. Which again, I realize that you can't crit on skill challenges, but just let me have my life. Let me do what I want.
Yeah.
You see the slightest twitch in her hand as she arcs the water on either side of her, so she is completely dry, and the water falls as if there is a bubble of protection around her, kind of in sheets on either side as she takes you in.
well, that is swell.
She finally, after a time that is absolutely too long to just stare at all of you, until it's that teacher that you had that was like, oh, I can wait until you're done. You know what I mean? And she just waits, taking you each in turn, and then tilting her chin up sort of appraisingly as she takes you in. And then she turns and walks back into the cave. What do you do?
She's really weird.
The two guards stand aside now.
Oh. Well, it would be rude not to follow. And
Yep,
I follow.
Would we recognize this person as a very important person from the
Yes,
tribe?
Lakshun and Golmeal. This is Maranwe, who is the matron.
That's what I thought.
Yes,
He's
names.
obviously gonna genuflect, but really sloppily and very nervously, just I don't.
Yeah. I think Golmeal does too, but while looking at you, Lakshmi, and going, she's really weird.
Cool.
Lakshun, I'm sorry. I know too
What
many
did you
people named
say?
Lakshmi.
Oh,
Lakshmi.
gotcha, yeah. Lakshmi, yes.
Lakshmi.
So, as you all step inside, you hear just trickles of water at times coming down through the cave, as if there is some sort of source that kind of flows down the walls in a strange waterfall. And you see in these globules of glowing light that sort of expand and contract as you move through these spaces in this dreamlike setting. You see kind of that these these rivers are caught and then directed down somewhere beneath you in a way that you don't know where they go. But the walls are covered in moss. Every so often there's strangely birds and insects and butterflies and just life grasping hold within this cave. Something that shockingly has been just a dark hole in a wall for two of you for years, if not a lifetime. And now within these strange wild secrets begin to make themselves known. You move down this hallway and the water sounds ripen and expand, and you see ascending, stepping upon the water as it becomes like still footholds, like you saw Tidal in your dream in the beginning. As soon as she moves to step onto this expanse of water beneath her, it chastens to her near, like just to her proximity, and invites her to walk across and descend like poison ivy, these vines, until she sits in this glowing red bloom and sits in it like a Jarl in Skyrim.
Yes, the Jarl sit.
She does not do anything that makes you feel like she cares about your time at all.
Right.
It could be 1,000 years, but this space is, I mean, undeniably breathtaking. Her voice finally rings echoing across the cavern, and you swear you hear the thunder from the kind of passing storm, which is now gentle, right? Like in your dream, it was like, oh God, it's terrible. And now that you've been in it for hours, it doesn't feel so bad. But you feel this rumbling thunder just supporting her words as they echo out across this water towards you. And she says, well, I suppose you are the ones that were foretold.
Golmeal like raises her hand. We had the same dream.
Yes, a vision.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And like we all were here, and I didn't even know him, and he didn't know me, but he saw me, and I'm really sorry about stealing your muffins that one time. It was an honest accident.
You see the slightest eyebrow raise as she gently reaches up and a vine descends and offers a single warm muffin into her waiting palm, as if it is just a part of her. And she eats the muffin and then sets it down, like a frond becomes a table immediately for her to set it upon. And she says, "It is forgotten." And you know, insight check actually.
Yeah, no, there's no way in hell. But yeah,
You
sure,
fucked
I'll
up.
do insight.
She has zero chill about these muffins, says Smoggles.
Well,
in
that's a
chat.
nat 1.
Yeah.
That's a nat 1.
You're
Oh,
like-
Galadriel's
You're
muffin.
sure. You're like, oh, thank God it's forgotten.
Like,
You're
oh,
like, yeah,
okay, great.
thank God. We can all move on from that debacle. Am I right?
But Helena knows.
Helena will remember that. And she says,
Right.
Sylvanas speaks through our home. And Sylvanas cries out. And she looks above herself as if imagining a sky was open there. And you're like, it's just fucking dark in here, lady. You fucking crazy? Like,
Yeah, like,
that's
you
kind
can't
of
see
the
anything.
feel. But she says, Sylvanas cries out. One of his children is missing. You are called to weather the storm and find them.
Yeah, yes, matron. Yes, my lady.
Are you sure? I'm just saying, like, I'm only a little bit into my training. Like, I'm not even a full-fledged leaf guard or acolyte or anything.
Oh no, this is the matriarch. This is the matron.
I know she's amazing, but like, I just want to tell it like it is at this point, because I don't want to like fail you. And she kind of like looks up at the matron, like looking down but up with her eyes, like, I don't want to fail you.
How old
Yeah,
is Gulmiel?
15.
Yeah, she says, Gulmiel, in 3 years, you will face the Sundering. And at this time we will find whether your heart is truly meant to defend our Lord. Right now, he might find you wanting. But that is how we are all tempered. And she looks at you, Lakshun, because it looks like you are, you wanted to say something.
Oh no. He's trying to say something, but it's kind of not, happening. He's just trying to save face and try to look as dignified as possible,
Mhm.
while also
Yeah.
simultaneously being an outsider.
She says, she kind of like laughs a little bit, and it's a little disconcerting, but it's warm. It's just like you've seen such a hard face that to see it break, and it's like when you see Galadriel smile. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
is it okay?
Yeah.
Girl, are you okay?
Like,
Wee woo.
I'm here
Uh,
if you need to talk.
Yeah.
right.
And she laughs. You see, children, to grow old is to know that even the tempered are sometimes not enough. In some ways, you must be stupid enough to try.
Yes, ma'am. And then he takes his spear.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Like
She
a good
says,
boy.
to learn our secrets is the goal of all creeping woodwise. And today I offer you a boon out of desperation. And she steps forward, leaning off of the chair, and kind of beckons you to move forward to the pool that's at her feet. And she makes a stirring motion gently with her hands until the water begins to show you a vision. And in the water, you see smoldering pink, sickly fumes and flames reaching out across parts of the wood. You see trees begin to split and crack apart. She moves her hand over it again, and she brings forth a vision of darkness spilling out of the ground in a rising pool that consumes entire parts of the wood. And she says, "The first secret is that it is not us who protect the wood from civilization. It is us that protects civilization from the secrets of the creeping wood."
What?
There are, within the bounds of this place where we make our home, rifts and portals that we guard. Our rangers seek to ensure that what lies beyond them in their tumultuous plains does not reach forward into our own world. But children, they have begun to fail. The rifts have become dark tidings of the end of our people. And she falters, kind of reaching towards her eyes and blinking. I cannot promise to survive my twilight much longer. It is in these times that another matron must be chosen. Someone young. And she looks amongst the three of you, but mostly because she doesn't truly know title yet, between Lakshun and Gulmiel. Someone who is worthy to be crested. And she motions to her giant kind of crown of wood and flowers. She says, "In every generation there is the crest of Tirielen to be found. The pieces must be found of a great helm, known only to the most ancient elves. They must be collected, and then they must be forged into an item that can be worn to fight back against these dangers. It is your task to find the one amongst us, the guardian of the element of air, who has become lost in this creeping wood. They will know what the next step is to create this helm."
Question for the DM.
Yep.
How does the water in this chamber feel?
Are you touching it?
I would love to just kind of, I don't know, do some water genasi, just kind of like
Some water genasi
water
bullshit.
vibe. Because I mean,
We
there's
vibe
a
it, we
cantrip.
vibe it.
Yeah, I just want to get a feel for what's the vibe like of this water.
You look into the water, and you do feel it push back a little bit. Like you can control water, or not control. What is it that water genasi
Shape
have?
water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have shape water, and you do feel that it would do anything that other water would do, but that it's somehow sentient.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a mirror that looks back.
Hmm.
You don't want
Okay.
that. That sounds awful.
No.
Water
Oh.
has memory.
Water has memory. So you are able to sort of gather this. She kind of waves forward, and a small creeping shrubbery sort of moves towards you all and hands you badges made of wood. Maybe not badges. We'll say they're like symbols. And you see a small snail carved into each of these necklaces. And Lakshun and Golmiel, you know this as the sacred symbol of the people of the Creeping Wood, who would never... That I am, as Anne, using the Creeping Wood as a title, right?
Yeah.
Because I have to.
Fair,
Otherwise, I
fair.
wouldn't be able to say words. But to you, title, those words, whenever I say them, are strange gibberish that make no sense.
Right.
But yeah, so hearing this is troubling, but also like unknown knowledge is also a very big pull. And seeing the shape here on the shape of the snail, you now are able to kind of give a form to this kind of calling of these words to you. But it's still, this whole place for you holds a lot more mystery. Like, this woman is a crazy woman on a throne of plants in a cave. Talking.
She's a plant gay. I don't know what to do with her. She's just going on.
And the other thing about it, I just want to be clear, is that Sylvanas is absolutely a thing, right? That's where you're like, thank God, right? We hear you. I get it. And then if you want to roll, I guess, a knowledge arcana for me.
Yeah. Wait, who's doing this?
You.
Oh, okay, cool. That is a 12.
Okay. So you have a sense when it comes to these portals that there are, like, you are an artificer. You understand that other planes exist, but you don't really have a sense of what these creeping planes are that she is talking about, defending civilization from. But you have a sense that planes ripping into our world are probably not super great.
Well, if the elemental plane of water were to come in, then you would surely drown. So.
Yeah, unless you're me, because I can breathe water. Hey! So she, to get you guys kind of moving forward here, now that we've done a huge lore dump, she makes it clear that the lost one is who you must find, and that your best bet to track them is to she asks for your pendulums, right? And she says they will be able to find home always, but I need to temper your, I keep using the word temper, I don't know how else to do it though, temper your
That's
pendulums to bring you to the lost creature, right? So she says that these are difficult for the uninitiated to use, but for those Sylvanas has blessed, they are not impossible to decipher. and she hands them back to you. These will require a successful nature or religion check to use. All right. So now she basically gets back on her throne, eats her muffins, and says nothing else. Unless you ask her anything.
This is tonally confusing.
Golmule raises her hand again and says, what does it look like? Like, what do you know what it, like, visually what we should be clocking?
She says, when you see them, you will know.
Great. Thank you, ma'am.
And
she like turns to.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
she turns to look Shun and goes, "Shall we get out of here?
Look, I hate this.
Shall we get out of here?"
Well, it was swell meeting you, ma'am.
So she nods gently, and all around her, fronds begin to kind of like enwrap her in this kind of like office. In her plant office. And it's very clear that she's like, and thank you. Like, very Miranda from... Yeah, thank you for coming. So she ensconces herself in this way. You all are able to leave the cave and figure out what your next steps are. And that's what I want to ask you about. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so as we're walking out, so do you usually have meetings in your secret tunnels?
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Through the mountain.
Secret tunnel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is a first for me, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, my parents come in here too, I guess, but not for the uninitiated, really.
No, this is I think this is a pretty big deal.
She's so intense.
I know, right? It's crazy.
I don't know. She has like a really old elven stick up her, you know what.
And she got that one crust in her eye. Then
Perhaps more of a branch.
I couldn't. It was wild. Anyway, I don't know what we're looking for. Apparently, we'll know when we see it. Should we just like get some supplies and then like look at our little thingies? And she like takes out her pendulum and just like
swings it around.
Look at our thingies.
Yeah. What kind of
Sounds
supplies do you want to find? Are you hoping to get anything you don't have?
No.
No? Okay. I was just checking.
Maybe some rope. Maybe some rope. It's always good to have rope.
Cool.
Okay,
so
great.
you guys have rope. You guys are pretty much ready to head out on your mission.
Yeah.
No sooner had Tidal arrived than they were like, get out. And
I say bye to my parents.
Yeah. Tidal, it should be known that the water that when you asked if the water kind of was into you, if it played that. The water seemed, it pushed back like it was sentient, but it was like staring into I want to say birth canal, but that's fucking weird. It's just like it looks like a place where things are created. Yeah. Right. So in that way, this exactly. Thank you.
I got you.
And so you feel very welcome here, and she didn't seem to like do anything that Lakshun said that they had to go through, but like it's cool. So that's like.
I mean, she seems perfectly lovely.
Yeah.
Strange.
Strange. Weird.
Strange
as hell.
as a bunch of bees. Certainly.
So you guys all head out. I'm guessing. On your adventure. Go ahead and roll me a who wants to try and use their pendulum?
I will.
Okay, would you like to roll a nature check or a religion check?
I'm gonna roll a nature check.
He go nature.
Kya. Natural 20.
Ooh.
All right, I love how I'm like, I guess I haven't really made them roll for that much stuff, but I guess when they do, it hits different. So you take out your pendulum, and it does seem somehow changed. The wind sort of is the one this time that takes it. You feel a breeze at your back drawing you forward through the forest. Moving, who wants to, what are you guys doing as you travel? Or how would you like to manage your travel is the question. I don't want to railroad you. I just want to know what your plans are here.
Well, do we get a sense? We just get a sense of direction, not distance.
Yeah, not distance. It's direction, and you it might be in the woods. It might be beyond the woods. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh. Well, we don't know how long our journey is, so perhaps normal pace while we keep a cautious eye out.
Sounds good. I have my crossbow just at the ready, just in case. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are moving at regular speed, so you're not stealthing through the woods,
No, just walking.
but you are being aware. So I will allow someone to make a perception check.
Dex, I think you have the better perception.
I have a +2.
Be out there with your perception.
It's a 6.
Okay, a 6.
I'm just playing with it's still kind of drizzling, so I'm like, I just want to try and do what she did, but I'm just shaping water and then freezing it into different shapes and then just kind of dropping little ice sculptures as we go.
Yeah. So, that got very scary. Hold on, let me just
Oh.
All right.
I'm
So
sorry.
you got I just I put on a different track. I was like, okay, we're leaving now. We're in the forest, and it was like, wah, wah! It's just like, Jesus. Okay, I get it. The mood changed, but not that much. Calm down. So
Through
you
the
guys,
mountain.
secret. So you guys keep surging forward through the woods. It is probably been, how long has it been, Golmiel, since you last left to go explore outside the village?
Well, I leave with my friends sometimes to just get out and hang out somewhere else. There is this guy that sometimes we hang out. There are these 3 fallen trees, and we sit in there and talk books.
Who is this guy?
His name's Edward.
Okay, Cullen, got it. Okay.
Right. He's sparkly. Yeah.
Got it. So you and Edward,
So,
is Edward Cullen
a couple
dwarf?
times a week.
What?
I'm gonna say he's an elf.
Ooh, girl. Okay, sorry. He get it. He could get it. Cool. He's a bard, by the way, just for no reason, apropos of nothing.
Good.
So, Jesus Christ, is singing to me in the background. Why is this track so intense? Oh my God. Roll 20, please. This is what happens when you're just rolling with it and you're just picking things at random, including the music. So,
Ooh, now I hear it. Yeah.
You are able to continue on forward through these woods. It is hours upon hours upon hours. Tidal, this kind of strikes you as you're trying to keep a wary eye out. The kind of grand step or cathedral of these sacred woods of Sylvanas is so overwhelming. I mean, you think you can see where the canopy ends, and it just doesn't. And all of that is incredibly distracting. You begin to hear as a single bird begins to fly up from an area. You look over as you're kind of moving in that direction, and you see more birds just surge up into the air as a small, I don't know, you don't really know what it is. You'll have to get closer to see. It's about, we'll say, 100 feet forward. And it's kind of rustling through. You're looking through a channel of trees.
Well, do birds in this forest usually go and fly quickly away from something?
I guess roll a nature check, someone.
I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Druid. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Druid. 14.
14. Okay. So yeah, I mean it's pretty common for birds to like see a predator of some kind or be disturbed by movement, and you have seen movement and pointed it out, so that checks out.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I guess we can creep closer.
Yeah, but don't make any sounds.
All right. So you
Oh,
guys want to stealth
okay.
forward to see if you can go ahead and roll a group stealth check for me.
Group stealth.
Does the water like me? Says Elena. Amazing.
Does it though?
Well,
Do it though. 12. All right. So
Um,
you guys are 12 and
15.
15
And
and
7.
cool.
7 from me.
It's a 7 from me, Daddy. So basically, you guys move forward through the woods, trying to kind of like keep to the trees and see what the source of these birds' surprise was. And as you get closer, Golmiel, you feel sort of drawn forward because you start to see that darkness sort of, excuse me, spilling out on either side of where the leaves had been rustling. And you guys have moved up. You're about 30 feet away from the source of where the birds had flown into the air. And you lean around your tree and just lean a little too far and fall on the ground.
Nah, walnuts.
Yeah. And then
But we were supposed to be quiet, though.
you hear these kind of wet hoof prints on the ground. They kind of resound in your ears, and then you look up, Golmiel, and you see, well, I mean, it's right in front of you. You see a giant deer, hulking deer, not a stag, a deer with red eyes, leaking with just gross eye goo, and it looks like corrupted by the wood in some way, and spilling out from its hooves, you see just this darkness begin to spill into the forest clearing, and it is time to roll for initiative.
Inish.
So we're going to pick up with our combat when we return for the
Aha!
second half of our Yes and adventure. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know this is kind of a wild, strange ride, but we are excited to do it. We'll be right
here
back.
for it.
We'll be right back. We're going to throw on a video. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. All right. Bye, guys. With that, nonsense shall begin.
I can do it. Here's the deal.
I gave up Christ for the midwife fucking. No, okay, no, let's not. All right, let's calm down.
Not ponytails or cottontails, yeah, ducktails. Woo!
We're leaving the area.
If I leave the chest with you and then I make it and then you don't, then what fool are we?
Well, but then the chest will be right there, and you will have lost nothing.
But you'll be dead. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Just a quick little run through the door and nothing more. Everything's fine, I am fine, and you are fine.
These poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron crying, spells, Ursula, please, and I help them. Yes, I do.
Are you with me, mateys?
Arr.
Arr. All right, once
So-
more with feeling.
Once more with feeling.
I'm just gonna run up the stairs and have some fun, and then you'll be on the run behind me, and it will be fine.
Is this home? Am I here for a day or forever? Shut away from as my life has been altered once, it can change again.
Restore power. Ah! Fuck me, Jesus Christ! Alright.
That's 33 points of damage.
Okay. Okay, put your little mouth away. Put your little mouth away!
That sounds like a
So we have a Kraken.
mig. Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Moose! Moose! You're so cute!
Everything's fine, everything's fine. Everything is fine, and ultimately the end of this game will be mine.
All right, let's do it.
I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this! Oh my god, I hate this! I've never seen this before and I hate it! Ah! That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. No, no. Ah! Ah! Jesus fucking Christ! Failing stuff and everything is good, because I act real tough. Everything will be fine at
I just
sea.
want to know you to know
when
that I love
my
that.
friends- Yeah? Everything's fine, everything's fine. Everything's fucking fine, cause this is gonna be the last time we're gonna do it this time. Yeah, fine, everything's fine.
Every day's a little harder as I feel my power grow. Don't you know there's part of me who loves to go into the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna watch you.
I did it. Oh no, you know.
Everything is fine, we're just gonna do our time in this prison of the mind. Everything's fine, everything's fine. Everything is fine, and it's gonna be alright.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Hey everybody! I literally was like 3, 2, oh no! I was like, are you guys ready? You're ready, right? Okay, cool. Oh god, I'm not ready! But that's okay. That's on me. So, let me get some like fighting music going. Why don't we go ahead and roll for initiative? Welcome back to the second half of our game. In case you are new and are just coming in now, we are playing a completely randomized game. That means that every player you see at our table rolled using the D&D Beyond randomizer right before we started playing, and about 10 minutes before we met, I used an encounter and a one-shot idea randomizer to come up with a concept, and other than that, we just out here. So I hope you're enjoying it. Our hope is that by seeing us kind of dive headfirst into stuff, I think a lot of people don't get out the door with any TTRPG, not just Dungeons and Dragons, because they're like, oh, well, how can I just like start? Well, this is definitely a way. Again, not the way, a way, Yahweh. No, I'm kidding. It's just a way. Roll for initiative.
Ewa.
Ewa, I see you.
Ewa has heard you.
Okay, so
I want to watch the movie again.
what's everybody's inish?
16.
17.
Oh.
4.
16, 17, 4. Okay, so
I'm using my different dice. I'm using
16
my
is
Serenity
title.
dice now.
17 was Lokshun, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Lock. 17 and 4 was
This many.
Golmeal 4. Okay, great. And this is, we're just gonna like check here. Okay, so we're gonna have,
Here we go.
Oh no, here I go, killing those creepy deer again.
Here I go.
Creepy deer. Creepy deer.
Oh dear.
Oh
Okay.
dear.
What has my life come to?
Literally goal meal right now. What has my life come to?
It's funny because I keep on the initiative order. I keep misspelling deer, which isn't like a thing. All right, great. And
Who's and?
who's and? Cool. So the first deer looking down at the prey at its feet, as its eyes glow red and the tips of its horns begin to leak with this dark purple sap. It's awful. That's a gross description. Why do I get mad at Miles for doing that to us? It's a super fun time, but like I had to.
We all do that.
Yeah, it's not great. Okay, great. Let me just like turn off this Druid's Grove music and like turn on some like, hey, are we doing it? Oh, that's okay, cool. That's a little much, but it's probably fine. All right, so you guys watch as this deer approaches. What's your AC, Golmiel?
12.
Yeah, okay, so that's a heat. And the deer goes ahead and does 4 damage to you with its hooves. It just rears up and stomps its hooves into your chest.
Cool.
Cool. Go ahead and roll a Constitution save for me.
Oh, yeah, totes. Yeah. That's an 8.
Okay, so that's a failure. You are now sickened. I'm just trying to look up this so I know what that means, just for sure. Sickened. Am I remembering that from? We'll call this poisoned, because I don't think there's a sickened effect.
I have a
in D&D.
resistance to poison.
Okay, that's poison damage, right?
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So we're just gonna call this poisoned. You have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh no.
Okay. Next up in the initiative order, we have Locke, followed by another enemy, but then followed by Title. So Locke, what's up? What do you want to do? You're about, we'll say, 30 feet from these deer that your friend has moved up towards. She's about 15 feet in front of you, facing off with a single deer, and there are more coming out of the darkness.
Oh.
And I move closer.
Mm-hmm.
And equipping my shield would be a full move action, yeah?
Equipping your shield? Were you
putting it on.
No, I will say that's a bonus action to like use your item.
Great. Cool. So I wield my shield.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to use my cantrip. Poison spray.
Poison spray. Cool.
Yes.
All right. So what that means, I have to roll save
Yep. Con save of 11.
against what? How are you? Remind me how poison spray works. I need to know more.
Great.
From you.
Let's see. The creature must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 poison damage.
Okay, so it's a single creature.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay, so poison spray. Are you sure? Am I crazy?
I think so.
Sounds right.
For some reason I thought poison spray had it is a creature. It's a single creature. It is a single creature. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Cool.
Anti-brain.
Great. So it fails. So tell me.
Great. So I like to think
Thanks,
that...
Smuggles.
I like to think that, he raises his shield, gets a little closer.
Yeah.
Like, from the safety of the shield, like, there's, like, probably, like, a little, like, dip in the shield where he can, like, slip his hand and...
Nice.
Like, spray, like, a green jet stream.
All right. Now, is this the one that's facing off against your dear friend Gumiel, or is this someone else? Golmiel?
Yeah,
Gumiel.
that's Golmiel. The one that's attacking Golmiel.
Okay, cool. So, and how much damage was that again?
1d12
Okay.
poison damage.
Roll it. Roll it
rolled it.
up.
7 poison damage.
All right. Cool. Great. You see this creature kind of pull back under the spray of poison that sort of begins melding with the other black ooze and sort of sap-like grossness that's you can see matting and coating its fur. You can tell that it had an effect, but maybe less of an effect than you thought it might.
Copy.
Okay. Next up, we have Locke. Wait, no, Locke. I'm sorry. Next up, we have a deer. Okay. From out of nowhere, running up to you, this deer kind of tries to shove into your side with its antlers. Lakshun, what is your AC?
15.
Okay, great. It lands a hit, and you take... Sorry. You take 4 piercing damage.
Oof.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution save.
Great Constitution save. Where are you, Constitution? I know where you are.
Yeah.
Do I roll that d20? I'm gonna roll that d20. Why not?
Yep, roll it.
That's a natural 1.
A natural 1. All right. So you are going to also be... you begin to feel your stomach turn as this sap begins to touch you and seep inside of the wound. And you are able to kind of right yourself and face off against this thing. Now it is... our dear, I believe it's our artificer's turn, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
So Title's turn, then somebody else, and then Gulmiel. Okay?
How many deer can I see?
You can see 4 deer from where you are creeping, like starting to come out of the darkness. Some of them have partial cover because they're like half in, half out, but 2 of them have exposed themselves.
Okay.
Ooh, tee-hee.
Oh, dear.
Scandalous, that female
Yeah.
deer. So how many could I get in a 20-foot cube?
In a 20-foot cube,
Yeah.
I'll say you can get 2 of them in a 20-foot cube.
Would I be able to get the 2 that we're engaged with?
Yes, but how are you going to place that cube?
I'd like to place it such that it's just managing to touch the both of them.
Okay, cool. And you can miss your friends with that?
It's doing fairy fire, so not actual damage, but
Okay.
they have to roll a dex save.
I'm gonna say so. If you wanna, I'm gonna try and paint the picture a little bit better for you.
Yeah.
So if you imagine a grid, right? You'll have Golmeal in one facing off against another, and someone next to Golmeal with someone over here. So you're gonna have to cover your friends with fairy fire.
Okay.
But can you choose the targets?
Let me just see. Let me see.
Unless
It's any creature in the air. Any creature in the area.
so, will it offer?
It would also. I wouldn't be able to choose.
Okay, so you could move further.
hit
You could
instead.
choose to move towards the ones that are covered in darkness and spray it at them, just stepping away from your friends a little bit by about, we'll say, 10 feet.
Instead, I'm just gonna take a crossbow bolt shot at the one that is harmed Ghoulmeal.
Okay, great. Love that.
That is a 19 plus.
That'll hit.
All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take away from
No,
your
you're
excitement about
good.
hitting.
It's so rare, y'all.
I know.
The
It's
total
great.
would be 24.
Okay, yes, yes, it's
But
great.
Yes.
Yes.
What's the damage?
That's 6 damage at
Okay.
that deer.
Great. This is the one against Golmeal. That's by Golmeal. Okay, that deer. That's not what a deer does.
Well, it's like
Yeah,
possessed or
yeah,
some
you
shit.
you hear like the breath go in through its maw as it like tries to take in air to keep it alive, and you just see the ichor just pour out of its mouth as it collapses on the ground, sort of like half on top of Golmeal, who is still prone beside it. And the sickness, Golmeal, that you already feel is just like even more. Didn't help, but it is dead. Great. Good job. Good job. One down. All right. Next up, we have another friend who emerges from the darkness and rams into Lokashun, Donkashane, and hits and does 1 point of damage. Go ahead. Well, you can't roll to be sickened. You're already. I guess it's still within this turn, so it wouldn't matter. Yeah. Okay. Go.
You're already the illest.
Yeah, you're already the illest shit in the galaxy. Golmeal, it is your turn, and then our fourth enemy's turn.
Great. So I'd like to stand up.
Okay.
I would like to stand up, kind of shove the deer off, maybe throw up in my mouth a little, but swallow it because I'm a badass. And then go towards the deer that just hurt my friend. Actually, not go towards. I'm gonna let's do some crossbow. No. Let's warhammer. Let's do it. I've never had a warhammer before. I'm too excited.
Just
and I'd love to whack it, smash it with a hammer.
So the one that.
Okay, but I have to.
Sorry, which one is this? One of the ones that's with Lokashun?
Yes.
Okay, great. Got it. Okay.
The most recent.
Yep. Got it.
And because I'm sickened, I still have disadvantage on dice. Okay, still not terrible. That is a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Give me that damn. Roll for
great,
damn.
I will.
Roll for damn.
That is 10 damage with my warham hand.
How do you destroy this deer? How do you just destroy
So, after like standing up and staggering and throwing up in her mouth, she kind of just like grabs her warhammer kind of in a blind barfy moment and just kind of naturally just swings it. Like there's no like dexterity to the thing. It's just thwack. And it perhaps flies a little bit.
Yeah, you catch this thing's jaw and you hear a crack resound out, echoing against the trees as this body sort of flies backwards into the darkness. We'll say it's like underhand, right? It just flies backwards into the darkness and disappears in that kind of churning mist that you can't see through. Cool. That's a cool turn, I guess. Sure. Now, this next one is going to move out into the center and try for, we'll say Golmeal. All right. Golmeal, what is your AC?
My AC is 12.
Okay. AC 12. Great. Cool. So that hits. Cool. 1 damage. You would have gone through your round, but it's a new round because you just went. So go ahead and make a con save for me.
You got it. 10.
Yes, that's the save. Great. Beats it. So you begin to feel like, oh god, being near these things is awful, but not that bad. Like
I just hit that thing. I feel better.
Yeah, you're like yeet. Yeet to defeat. All right. Next up, we have Locke. Then a deer, and then Tidal. So Locke, what would you like to do with this turn?
Well, how many deer are adjacent to me right now?
You have basically one that's still emerging from the darkness. Or no, they've all come out of the darkness at this point. So they're all kind of just like creeping towards you. They're all within about 15 feet. But you're face to face with one of them that is still alive.
Face to face with one of them that is still alive. Okay. I got an idea. So since I'm right next to it,
what is it?
I'm going to cast Thunderclap.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, this is a good time for it. You can probably get Thunderclap. Is Thunderclap? Tell me about it. What's the range and what is the?
It's a 5-foot range. It's a cantrip. Let's see.
Is it Thunder Wave or Thunderclap?
Thunderclap.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not as familiar with that one.
Thunderclap can be heard up to 100 feet away.
Great.
Each creature within range, 5 feet, other than you, must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 thunder damage.
Okay, great. So let's each creature within range. So you have 2 kind of coming up on you. So we'll say we're going to make 2 saves here.
Got it.
One is a success, one is a failure. So what does anything happen on a success? No?
1d6
There's no like half on a save, right?
no half damage.
Okay,
It's
but
just
one of
all or
them
nothing.
takes 1d6 thunder damage. So go ahead.
Yep. Yup. 4 thunder damage.
4 thunder damage. Sweet. So you tell us how you cast this spell. How do you pull a thunderclap down?
I think the barometric pressure starts to like swirl and like to like change and like flux, and all this wind happens,
And all this wind happens.
Yeah.
The end.
and it's basically like taking like his wand, which is like a big chunky stick.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a slender wand, it's just
Yeah.
like a big chonker.
Yeah.
And hits it against his shield, and that's what creates
Yeah.
the thunderclap.
Nice.
That's
So
cool.
you smack it into it, and you see one deer kind of lower her head to brace herself against the sound, and another one kind of rears up and kind of like scampers backwards a little bit, like just for flavor, not like it's not actually
Yum.
moving far away, but kind of stumbles under the noise and cries out in whatever the way a deer would cry out. And
Yeah, they kind of honk.
they honk. They honker with the chonker. I hate that.
do.
I hate that. Cool. So one of them is going to rush up against our druid again and hit. Go ahead and take 1 damage. And make another Constitution save for me.
Golly gee. All right, here we go. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one. Constitution save. That's a 19.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, you now, it's almost like you kind of know to expect it, and so you're kind of grounding yourself in everything that is natural to push back mentally against all of these influences that are unnatural. Now, next up, we have Tidal. And
Wasn't there a deer, or is it dead?
that was the deer that just went. Locke
Oh, it
went,
died.
then a deer went, then it's Tidal.
I see. Wonderful. Then I would just like to bring my goggles down over my eyes and just kind of there's like little etched in targets
Yep.
over the eyes in the shape of like little water droplets. And I take a shot with my crossbow.
Okay.
7 plus 5 is number 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, 12.
12. No, that won't hit, unfortunately. I'm sorry to bring us back to the reality of us never hitting
All
anything,
good.
but
All good.
it's
I
what's
miss the
happening.
familiarity.
All right, cool. So you move forward, and one of these deer begins running at you and crits.
Ooh.
All right.
All right.
All right. So that's 6 damage to you as its antlers pierce through your hide armor, finding those small places within
Through
where
my
it can
chainmail.
just seep inside your defenses. Go ahead and roll a Constitution save for me.
Yes, I shall roll. Ooh, that's a 7.
Okay, so you now
I'm sorry, that's a 4.
feel sickened and are going to be rolling with disadvantage on your attacks until the end of your next turn. Next up, we have a deer. It's a deer's turn. Look at that.
A female deer?
Yeah. Ray,
Right?
seeing his friend, kind of her fellow, they're deer, so I guess their gender is a construct. It's fine. So, seeing their friend get the one up on our dearest water genasi, they rear back and pummel you with their hooves and miss horribly. and just
Aha.
kind of land. Embarrassed. Slightly embarrassed about the whole situation. Next up, we have Golmeal.
AC-16, baby.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna go to the embarrassed deer, the one
Yeah.
that looks the most embarrassed,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna
so
smack it
embarrassed.
with my hammer.
Yeah, smack. Do a smack.
Smear.
Oh, BB, that's a crit.
Oh!
Ooh.
All right.
Alright,
Let me
so
know about it.
A crit hit
I'm
on
gonna
the
let you
bashful
know about it. Yeah.
So this was the...
I'm
I'm sorry, which deer did you say this was?
The embarrassed one.
The embarrassed one, yeah. It would be.
That is a 8 damage.
Great.
Ooh.
Okay, so you swing your hammer just across your body like baseball bat style, and it thuds in this like meaty thud, and you watch as the ichor kind of drips off of your warhammer as you pull it back, but it sort of stumbles on its spindly legs and tries to stay in the fight. But it was a palpable hit. A palpable hit.
She growls under her breath just a little bit, just like a little.
Rawr. Okay. The other deer is going to see you as a threat and go, yeah, and hit you. All right, that's 1 damage. Man, rolling on a d4, it's like there are 4 chances for me to fail, and I'm doing it almost every time. Fine.
Listen.
Roll
They
a
add up.
Constitution save.
A 10.
Okay,
Ooh.
great. So you save. That's great for
Yay.
you, I guess.
Nice.
So
Thanks. I appreciate it,
the
Anne.
next deer, or no, it's Locke now. Locke, what would you like to do?
Where are they in relation to me and how far away?
They're all basically, the 3 of you are, we'll say at this point, kind of back to back, sort of fending off these last 3 deer in the clearing.
Gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Can I get into a position where they're all within? No. Within like 5 feet of each other, or like
They're all
can
within 5 feet of each other. It's going to be tough because it's kind of like, if you imagine there are 3 squares that you guys are in, and then they are, like, they're probably 2 next to each other, but the other one would be the odd one out.
Great. I think I'm just gonna stick with hitting it with my spear.
Wait, do they all just need to be within 5 feet of each other?
Yeah,
Within
if they're
5 feet
like
of you?
if they're like adjacent.
Yeah, so they're all adjacent. It's just they're also adjacent to all of you, basically. Does that make
So if
any
I-
sense?
Yeah. So if I shoot
Yeah.
one in the the one in
Yes.
the middle. would that hit
What's
other
the spell? Can you tell me the spell?
ice knife?
Yes,
Ooh.
yes, you can do that. But that doesn't allow you to discern friend from foe, does it?
Nope, it does not.
Cool. So you're going to hit yourself and one of your friends. Both of your
Yeah,
friends.
maybe that's not worth it then.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna hit it with a spear.
Okay.
Hit one of them with a spear.
Great. Sorry to...
No, no
It's-
worries.
they're-
Oh,
they're
it's
too-
good to know.
This was
I
this.
needed-
You might have had more space to play with for these spells, but unfortunately, you did not snack super well in
not.
the first half of the show. But that's okay. These things happen.
Live theater.
Live theater.
All right, I'm gonna poke it with my spear.
Mhm.
That's 14 to hit.
Cool. Yes, that'll do it. Tell me what it do. What it do?
It do 1d6 damage. I'll
Mm-hmm.
tell you that. I'll tell you what.
I love how it was like she is majestic and queen of the world, and everything is very serious. And now we're like, I tell you what, that's the show we're doing now.
I say.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
There's been a murder in
In
Savannah.
Savannah.
5 piercing damage.
All right, great. Okay, cool. So you wait for your moment, and you wait like you balance it 300 style on that crook in your
Yes.
shield, and then you wait for your moment, and you see the thing kind of like turn its head, and you just right through the eyes of this one, and it falls to the ground like a sack
Hell
of
yeah.
potatoes.
Like a potatoes.
All right. The next it is a deer's turn, and it looks at Tidal and goes, "Yeah," and rolls a natural 1 and just kind of falls all over
Ah.
it's one of the weaker ones, and it begins sort of like stumbling
It's
over
Bambi.
its legs. Yeah. And it kind of, you see, actually what happens is the darkness begins to press towards you. It's been able to start to close that distance, and you see it was much like you in your dream, because it all makes sense somehow, moving away from that darkness, right? It is trying to get out of it. It is at once a part of it and also trying to escape it at the same time, and the darkness begins to lick at its heels and sort of freaks out. Okay, sorry, who went before the deer? Locke? Now it's Title's turn.
Yeah, seeing that this creature is also victim, I'm like, well, this feels bad. I am conflicted, but perhaps I can help ease your pain. And
Through
I'm
death,
gonna,
we all ease each other's pain.
yes, the final swim that we all take.
The final lap.
The final lap around. 13 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Ooh! Okay,
Ooh.
wonderful. Let me entertain you. 7 damage.
Okay. How would you like to describe your kill?
I would love to seeing it try to get away from
Yeah.
this darkness. Make it as painless as I can, just
Yeah.
with the.
Yeah. You two wait for your moment and find a way to get it just right through the center of the head so that it can be at total peace. Very clean. A clean kill. Easy qual.
I'm willing to wait for it.
My God.
The
The worst. Okay, Golmiel, you are facing off against this last deer, the one that will not go down.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with my hammer.
Sure. Go ahead.
That is a 10 to hit.
Sure. That does not hit, unfortunately. But, it's fine that was your life. Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
Shuffle away a little bit in shame from the deer.
You've
Just
literally
kinda
slammed these slam-killed things twice in a row. Then it's like, I'm scared now. Okay, cool.
Me in real life.
Me. So the deer continues onwards and is going to try and get under Locke's shield with a twist of the head.
Do it.
And hits you
Don't do it.
and does 4 damage.
Oh, well, I'm down.
Okay. It knocks your shield up and then gores across your chest. It's a deer. It doesn't have antlers. It does. It does because I said
does.
so. It's fine.
They're dark,
It's fine.
scary antlers.
We've improvised everything in tonight's show, so it's what they did. They're the dark. We invoked the dark antlers. It's fine.
Biology, we don't know her.
We don't know her.
Who is
She's not a
she?
part of this. And so that happens. And your friend Golmiel slumps to the ground trying to stop their, or not Golmiel, I'm sorry. Lokshun slumps to the
Lokshun.
ground, trying to stop their fall, but simply becoming one with the earth. We'll see how that goes later on the next round. Next up, we have Tidal.
Title
Title of
like
show.
That. Title of show. I'm it ain't broke, so this office don't need to fix it. But I do need to fix my rolls, because that's a nat 1.
Oh no! So seeing your
We're back.
friend go down, you sort of like begin to move behind Golmiel for protection. But that's basically it. That's it. That's a time for you. Next up is
Hang in there, old chap.
Golmiel.
So I'm gonna run to Lokshun,
Yeah.
probably leaving you
no.
out title. But
That's fine.
run and do some cure wounds
Yeah.
stuff. So I'm gonna like take my little pointer finger and just kind of like poke you in the head to give you some stuff back, and you are going to get some HP. You get it. You get 2 whole HP. Wait, no, 3. Wait, hold on. I have a special thing. Hold on. 2 is what I rolled, but I have.
The vile venison of cursed deer.
The creature gains. So you get 3. Yes, you get 3 HP. Have some. Eat up.
Yay, black changes. I'm
You're gonna have some HP as a treat.
Nice. Just a little treat.
treat. Thank you.
Sweet, sweet,
You're
sweet.
welcome.
A sweet treat.
Sweet dream.
All right, next up, Golmeal, is that your full turn?
Yeah, I'll stay in kind of guard.
Cool. The
yeah.
deer is going to surge forward at you, trying to break your guard, rolling a natural 1 as the darkness begins creeping up, and you hear, and it's like mouth begins to open in a horrific scream as the darkness begins climbing up its body towards you. It is now Locke's turn. You shake off your last wound and re-enter the fray. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna hit it with my spear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah. I'm gonna hit it.
Yep.
Just watch me.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That is a 16 to hit.
Okay. Great.
You hit it.
Cool. I'm gonna hit it.
You
It's
did
a
it.
1d6.
Yeah.
Yes, max damage, 7 damage.
All right. How do you want to do this? You are ending the fight, my dear friend.
Yes. I think we're gonna do a head-on charge.
Uh-huh.
But I managed to get the shield just underneath its chin.
Yeah.
And I push it up, which gives me enough room to stab it right in the heart.
Great.
With my spear, and
That's
awesome.
give it an easy passing.
So you wait for your moment again and then find that kind of underhanded way to get just to the right place so that its body weight will make this quick. And as you do, you watch as the darkness begins to climb up the sides of the beer. White Claw, sponsored by it's not sponsored. So the darkness reaches around the deer. Let me change the music here because I need it. I just need it to go. I need it to be right. I need it to be this. Yeah. The darkness begins to reach around and caress like fingers the deer's head and begin to pull it back. And just as it gets to cover those glowing red eyes that are leaking with this ichor down its face, you see the fear as your death that you gift this creature releases the red from its eyes, and you see, almost recoiling from this claimed creature, the darkness begin crawling back over itself, almost like a swarm. Like
Ew.
skittering over itself, folding in on itself, kind of like in Lost, the creature in Lost, how the smoke
shadow creature?
moves a weird creature even though it's smoke. That's kind of how I'm imagining
Yeah.
it's like fingers kind of
Somewhere between a snake
recoiling.
and an octopus.
Yeah, and it begins to fade back. Now, someone can roll, I guess, if you want to. What do you guys want to do in this moment?
Does it look like it's going in the same direction we were headed?
Yeah.
We should probably short rest before going after that.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
We are very injured.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, we are.
Very.
All right, so you guys find a place to short rest. Feel free to roll your hit dice. You only have one because you're level 1, right?
Haha, yes.
Makes it easy. Makes it
Mhm.
easy.
Where the devil are my hit dice on this sheet?
Okay.
What did I even roll? Did I roll something?
Nice.
Oh, I gotta do it.
Why does it keep... Okay. Alright. Yeah, as we rest
So-
up, I would just love to keep an eye on things.
So you keep an eye on things. Why don't you make a perception check, just to make sure it's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good in the hood.
Alright.
Don't forget, you
that is
guys
a total of
can. Sorry.
12.
Don't forget, in the future, you guys can aid each other in checks in order to grant advantage. That is a thing you can do in
Yes.
this game.
Yeah.
if it like makes sense for the moment, you can do that.
Yeah.
So you look around. I'm sorry. What did you roll? A 13? What did
12.
You, a 12. A 12. So you are fairly sure you hear like bird sounds begin to return to this part of the wood. This place is very strange. It's a very Wonderland-esque, right? Because its size is so much that it's like what just happened almost never happened. The only proof is these deer, but the world kind of reclaims the land in the absence of this darkness. Is anybody having a look at the deer? Is it like, what do you guys want to do in this moment?
Definitely want to inspect the deer.
Okay, cool. So, 1 second here. I'm just trying to... God. Great. So, go ahead and roll. What would you like to inspect about it?
Anything to do with any curses or anything like that? It seems like this was... They're under the effect of some curse or some magical property.
Okay, cool. So roll an Arcana check for me.
You got it. That is a 16.
Okay. So with your 16, you see between what you witnessed in the fight and the kind of traces of magic that you see on these creatures who are dead, right? Like they are dead. They're not, you don't sense any living magic on them. But all of these things seem to speak towards the plains, right? In the way that was described to you. They remind you of the vision in the pool of the creeping darkness that you saw expanding throughout these woods. And they make you consider, what if this is what that brings, what do the other planes bring with them? And it doesn't. I think I would say, I guess like a 16 Arcana would tell you that this must come from the Shadowfell.
Okay.
In some way, which is a plane different from yours, but you don't know much about the Shadowfell, just that it is a place of darkness and twists and turns, and whatever it is, you discern by the behavior of the deer that the deer were basically carriers for this darkness, that they kind of were harbingers in a way to call for it to follow them. So they were both claimed and running because whatever was in them that remained a deer, right? Whatever was natural within them was still trapped inside, and that probably what you guys have done is the best result. That now the darkness is likely to have to claim others for it to move forward in this direction again. And if you are going to take advantage of this victory, that the time is now to surge forward into this area that the darkness had been claiming. Yeah.
On our way, can I just look at the ichor and see if it reacted to the ground in any way? The stuff that was oozing from
Sure.
these deer?
Do you want to roll a nature check for me?
Sure. A 9.
Yeah. The ichor, you see it's kind of burned through the leaves a little bit, and as you move, it's kind of as you move through this next area of the wood, you notice that flowers and things, they're all a little wilted, but everything is, it's not so noticeable that you're like, something is truly wrong, with the woods, but for a 9, but it is noticeable that the woods did not like this experience. If Sylvanas could talk, he'd tell you they didn't care for it.
Oh boy.
Great.
Yeah.
It's a no from me.
It's a no from me, Alex. Great.
Yeah, I guess as we head forward, I'll have my crossbow at the ready, and I'll infuse one of the bolts, whatever bolt I have, in it with light. So it's shedding 5 feet of light should any
Sure.
darker areas show up, I can shoot it out
Absolutely.
and see where it falls.
Okay.
Cool. Artificers, man.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
Artificers.
That's awesome.
And there's
That's
like-
very cool. So you guys move forward. There's this new kind of source of light. It's very comforting. As you move, as you surge forward through the woods and deeper into the mystery of life, you start to feel, I guess, you start to notice that the darkness, whatever it is much swifter than you. Again, using that kind of Lost reference of like its ability to pull away from you is so much more that you get to areas of the wood where it doesn't look like the darkness was even there in a way. You begin to hear again sounds of water moving through the wood, like thundering water as you get closer, a large waterfall. And I'm gonna find some music for it. It's great. I have it here.
Yes.
It's here.
Waterfall music.
You may recommend, or you may recognize it from earlier when I needed water music. So
I love it.
you guys move closer into this area and go ahead and I suppose roll a perception check.
All of us?
Yeah, everyone can roll. You're taking it in. Welcome to Briticore.
Are we though? Because that was a 3.
8.
Wait, hold on. Let me see. That's 6.
Okay.
Cool. So 6, 8, and
3.
3. Cool. Cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
These
So
woods are
basically,
creepy.
you are kind of taken aback about all of this. For you, there's something. When I say you, I'm so sorry. What I mean is for you, Tidal, there's something about the water that draws you forward, and you kind of find yourself. Suddenly, you realize staring at it as so you're let's describe the space so you have a really good sense of it, right? There's this huge waterfall cascading down over these rocks into this wide pool that's churning and moving into a sort of narrow river, from the wide pool moving into a narrower river that continues on down the way. There in the spray you can see like a rainbow refracted in the spray of the waterfall, and you can hear creatures certainly like moving about, but you do notice that there aren't any like woodland creatures drinking from the water. It's probably fine.
Is it?
Huh. Is
Might
it?
wanna
I don't know. I rolled a 3,
Yeah.
so.
Well, dear companions, dear companions,
I
is
see.
it normal that creatures would not be drinking from this water in particular? Is this water
Probably
shady?
not.
It might be worth inspecting.
I stick my face in.
You stick your face in the water immediately. You can breathe the water, and you recognize, strangely, this water in this pool is salt water.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. I pull my head back and say, well,
We have a problem. No.
oddly enough, well, okay, so it's not the ocean, but it is salt water. So, is this area landlocked? Or would we know if there's an estuary or something?
You would know that this is a landlocked area. The other two would know because they've lived here a while.
Yeah, I'll tell you that.
Oh,
We landlocked.
Tell you that.
Yeah.
In here, we land.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
because could I roll an Arcana check to see if the elemental plane of water is fresh or salt water?
Sure. Go ahead and roll that Arcana check for me.
Ooh, that's an 8. I mean, there's water there. So.
You've never been there. I mean, it's what
Definitely
do you think?
water.
Like, as you can make that decision for yourself. I can't help you there.
I feel like it's just one really big ocean, so I feel like it would be salt water. But
I don't know.
I'm gonna say I'm
All
undecided.
I'm saying is
It's mystery.
unconfirmed. Like,
Yeah.
you don't think that it's
Excellent.
definitely not, but you just have no idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, don't drink it. It's not gonna be a
Yeah,
good time.
So you are standing right at the. Describe to me like where you all are in this space as you take it in.
I would assume I'm studying the water even more intensely. I feel like I'm kind of. Are we stuck on this water? Are we have we solved the mystery of the water yet, or no?
I mean, I
What
started
does that
swimming
mean?
around in it.
I don't know. I'm just really suspicious, and I think that he would be doing tests basically of just like poking it with.
Sure,
the
go ahead
spear.
and roll a nature check for me about the water.
Yeah. Nature check is 17.
Okay. So you are looking at the water. You see God, it's blue. It's so clear. It's weirdly like silvers and blues. It smells like salt water. This is the kind of water that you would smell in an ocean, and you have lived in these woods for a time. You've never known a stream to be suddenly channeled through this kind of. It's not right. It's certainly like it's not unpleasant, but it's not right. And through you kind of like look around, and you notice that you check the water by the waterfall, and that seems to be clear, but whatever this pool is, it starts in this kind of aquamarine on the sides and just gets deeper and bluer and darker towards the middle. But it's hard to tell because that's also where the pressure from the waterfall is kind of slamming into the pool. It's very hard to know.
Gotcha.
Can Golmeal make a check with the pendulum to see kind of where we're at?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Religion,
So,
right? I can do religion.
Yep, religion is acceptable. I accept it.
That is a 12.
Cool.
12.
You watch as the pendulum sort of like you must be getting closer because it kind of moves around. Every once in a while it tugs towards the center of the pool, but also around the pool, but it's not. You must be close.
Okay.
You know, you definitely.
So with that, she like takes her shoes off and decides to like step in part of the shallow part of the pool.
Sure. So you step into the shallow part of the pool. It's warm. It's so inviting and lovely, and everything about it seems right. And yet there's something that just tugs at the back of your mind that says like, this is not right for here. Like, this is not an evil thing, but this should not be here. Sylvanas would want, it's like Titania talking about, the rivers overbearing the edges of their banks, and the things that shouldn't happen that are like natural disasters, but like they are still disasters. They're not as was meant for this season. And so as nice as it is, you find yourself kind of thinking about it and staring into the pool, and a shadow begins moving up toward you and breaking the surface. You see the head of a blue-skinned female form with green
mermaid
hair. Just a little bit. It's fine. I do what I want.
Oh my god. Yes, you do. Keep going.
and she looks up at you with the deepest blue-green eyes. And she says, "Come, swim with me. Make a charisma save."
Yeah, this
Oh
is Siren.
no.
Oh no.
That is a 17.
Okay,
Ooh.
great. So you're
Nice.
like, I really want to, but nah. Like,
Like I'm fine. I'm fine. Actually, I just did my hair,
Yeah.
so I don't really want to,
she kind of like swims backwards, and you see this long aquamarine tail crest the waves, and then she like comes back up in front of our druid friend Lokshun, and she says, "Want to swim with me?" Roll a charisma save.
Charisma save. I got this.
mermaid.
Hooah! Maybe I got this a little less. 5.
She reaches for your hand, and as you are compelled to reach forward towards her, she grabs your wrist, and you see these webbed, slick fingers crush around you and begin pulling you. But to you, it just feels so right as you slip beneath the surface. So the two of you, Gulmeal already has a sense of what's going on, but out of nowhere, Title, you've been kind of paying attention to the water, and now you're like, oh, hey, what's going on?
Oh, greetings. I am also here. Hello.
Yeah. They are gone beneath the surface.
Just one moment. I didn't get to introduce myself, and I jump in and out
Okay.
and swim down.
Okay, so down you go.
Title.
You're just standing there with your shoes off, and you're like, I had a quest. I had a quest. Like, this is all happening.
I honestly think that she's been taught to pray anytime like she gets in this kind of situation, and she's just gonna like fervently start praying.
Okay.
On the shore.
So we'll come back to what's happening beneath the waves in a second. Let's return to this prayer. You hear, "What you doing?"
I just stuff. I'm doing stuff. It's my own stuff.
You kind of like open an eye and quirk it to the side, and you see flitting over your shoulder a tiny little like winged creature.
Oh,
With
I like your
rainbow
wings.
wings. Yeah. And she goes,
I really like your wings.
"Thanks, they're new."
Oh, where'd you get them?
I could show you.
I'm good. I'm really down with my leather. I think I look real good in it. Do you mind just kind of like flitting over there? I gotta continue doing my stuff.
She says, "You don't want to be my friend?"
Well, that's not what I said at all. If we're making up stories,
But you're not going to come
I'm a
with
bear.
me, so you don't want to be my friend.
I feel like this is not a very sound argument that you're making, and my mama said that I shouldn't mess with Fae or else they'll turn me redhead, and
You're-
I would not look good with red hair. Like,
You're-
I really would not.
You wouldn't. You're one of them, aren't you?
One of them in what sense, dear?
The keepers.
Well, I mean, sometimes I play forward or center, and then sometimes I'm the keeper.
She says,
I mean, I'm quite good.
You serve the green man.
Oh yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
Amazing. And she says, "What if I told you there was someone better?"
Well, I'm happy you have someone. I think everyone needs a special someone, but I'm already spoken for. Thank you.
She says, she like reaches out and extends like from her tiny hand a little woven bramble bracelet like forms around your wrist. and she says, I think you'll change your mind. Unless you want to die like the rest of them.
Who do you represent? Who are you?
She she simply just raises her finger to her mouth and goes, shh, and then begins flitting away into the woods.
Ugh. Is the bracelet like on my wrist?
Yeah.
I'm gonna like try and like sever it a little bit on my like warhammer.
You can. It's like cool. Thanks. Cool story, bro. Thanks, Pixie. That's nice.
Yeah.
Like, ew. I want your stupid present. You're
I
mean.
want your nasty bracelet.
I want your nasty friendship bracelet.
That was a very
I did
mean
not
Pixie.
consent to it.
Yeah.
And I already know I wouldn't look good with red hair. God.
I wouldn't.
So all of that happens. Now, beneath the waves, Lakashun, you are moving deeper and deeper down. We'll say about, it's like 30 feet before you realize, like, where you are. And this creature kind of holds you in her gaze. In front of you, you see this like swirling whirlpool down at the bottom of this weird pond, not pond, that she seems to be holding your hand and pulling you towards, and you can hear as she's like pulling you down towards the bottom of this, and it feels pretty comforting. What would you like to do in this moment?
Oh, my first instinct is to thunderclap, as all things are.
You don't
but
feel. She seems really cool so far.
Yeah, but am I holding my breath well enough? Is the question.
You are holding your breath currently, but after I think you get what is breath? How?
It should be 1 minute plus your con score.
Yeah. So you have a minute plus your con score. So what's your con score?
My con score, or modifier?
Modifier, sorry.
0. So 1 minute.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. You've moved about 30 feet, so it's been about 6 seconds since you left.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's the thing. And as soon as basically like right behind you, breaking through the waves, describe what it looks like for this water genasi to be in the water.
I like to think that being fully submerged in the water, the form starts to dissipate a bit more. Kind of taking on more of a fluid form.
Yeah.
And just kind of like the water itself is just kind of fitting on this armor or inside this armor.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do I hear singing as well?
Yes, you do. In fact, make a charisma save.
Wonderful, because I would just love to sing along because
we'll say you can make it with advantage because you know what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because you are the water.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, no, you are like this hoe. Like she thinks I know what your life is.
I would love to sing back in Aquan as I'm catching up with them.
What do you sing at her? You're like, bitch, I fucking know your shit.
Just like I'm also here. You're a little bit pitchy, but that's fine.
Cause I'm
also,
a little bit bitchy.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you go ahead and progress down. Hold on, I'm trying to find some good ocean music. It's just like not happening. Ooh, open ocean. Sure, why not? That's probably fine, right?
Open ocean.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's very loud though. That's very loud. Oh boy.
It's always
and ocean.
Tracks.
Yes, and.
Yes.
Yes, and
Jesus.
Ooh.
All right, let's see.
too
here.
much and.
Yeah, too much Osh.
Oh yeah,
Too
that was.
much Osh.
Yeah.
You know what? It's
Osh,
fine.
kosh,
Osh,
bagosh.
kosh, bagosh.
Gosh, gosh, bagosh.
Hold on one second. Manage. Open ocean.
I
add
have
to.
never played anything with a genasi in it.
It's so they're so fun. They're
They're
so
so
fun.
cool.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
It's
I just like
good.
D&D. I never get to play D&D, so I'm so fucking happy. Just,
You're like, I'm just happy to
so
be
happy
here.
to be here. I really am.
Thanks
and then
for
you
sticking
add
with it for a second, guys. I'm sorry.
and mermaid.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, my character may be passing these saves, but Dexter is willfully failing all of them.
Yeah,
Oh,
I hear
yeah.
you.
So happy.
Down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
Do the
Uh,
magic.
swirling towards this whirlpool at the bottom, you see your friend about 15 feet in front of you, down to the bottom of this bottomless pool, welcoming you home, welcoming you to the end. You're not sure. You begin to. I say both of you roll a perception check.
17.
6.
Great. So down, she begins to veer with you, Lakshun, towards the side of the cavern, and you see her move into this kind of cave or grotto built into the side of this kind of stone. It's become stone, like the side of the pool has become stone. And she swims inside. And at this point, I'm going to say you can make another save, Lakshun.
Charisma. Well. That's a 4.
Okay, great. It's a nice place.
It sure is.
She's got it bad. So Clifford, welcome. Thanks for the follow.
Oh,
So
thank you.
you are sort of moving forward with this mermaid, this siren, as she draws you deeper into the depths of her grotto, and faster. She is now pulling you, right? So she was moving at a speed that was fine, but now it's like, oh, I'm here and this is what's happening. She manages to summon you, like she pulls you and then places you in this area, and she leans in to gently kiss you. Do you allow her to do so?
Oh my god.
Let's live dangerously. Why not? Let's do it.
Okay, so she leans in to embrace you, and she's beautiful and otherworldly and of this element of nature that you haven't experienced in this way before. And before you know it, your eyes open and you are in a cage, and she is sitting outside of the cage looking at you and looking at what appear to be either corpses in various stages of rot and repose, and some skeletons, and she says, "A new one for my collection."
Look at this corpse.
Isn't it neat? What did you think of these bodies? What will you think of these bodies I eat?
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah. So, thank you for that follow, Tropatuco. Thanks. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Baby Bards. So you now arrive at the outside of the grotto, and you're looking in. About 60 feet in front of you, you see this kind of mermaid floating in front of the cage, gazing at your
60
friend,
feet?
who, by the way, you are still like kind of okay with her, but like probably not okay with the cage. Like she thinks it's good for you, Lakshun. But you're not super sure about it at this point because she has now acted. You're under a charm effect, but she's now acted not in your best interest.
Yeah.
So you're not really charmed by her anymore. You're just like, I don't understand. Why?
And she's like, it's aesthetically pleasing, sweetie.
Yeah.
You look so good.
Question.
Yeah.
They're 60 feet out, and I see that Lakshan's in a cage now.
Yes. And you see glittering objects and all sorts of things on either side of you. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Yeah.
Just so I
would love
know
to.
some things about
Yeah.
your life.
Ha! It's a 5.
Okay, cool. So you are most focused on the fact that this Mer-ho has your friend for show. And
You
you're
got
not here
thingamabobs?
for it. Yeah, I got thingamabobs right here, girl.
Yeah.
So
I would
yeah.
love to just. I see how barely. There's some things that glitter. I'm like, let's make them glitter more.
Yeah.
And I cast Fairy Fire just so I only catch her.
Yep. This is
so
the time to do
she
that.
needs to make a dex save.
Cool. And then we're
DC
gonna
10.
roll for Anish.
Anish. Nice.
Did it help?
A little bit.
Cool.
Oh, right.
All right. Can you tell me?
That's- My initiative's a 5.
Okay.
Oh, but the DC is 10. Yeah.
Cool. The initiative is a 5. Okay, great. And how about you, my dearest dove, Parker?
14.
Okay. Lock. 14. Cool. And then up at the top, I'm going to also have you roll for initiative, and I'll tell you why, Gomil. But go ahead and I'll tell you why at the time. But go ahead and roll it.
That is an 8.
An 8. Okay. Cool. And what's your name again? Title. Okay.
Yep.
Great. And all right. So, you are up at the top. We'll come back down to what's happening below, right, in a second. But up at the top, Gull, you are kind of looking down into this, not seeing your friends anymore. You can't even see like the bubbles coming up really anymore, and that is very concerning. When from your left-hand side, you feel a sting as you are hit with an arrow for 3 damage.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
It's not great. I'm sorry. 8 damage.
Oh, so I'm out.
That's it? That's all you have? You have 8 hit points?
Because Cleric and Druid have 8 total.
Yep.
Cool, this one shot took a turn. Didn't mean it to take that turn, but it is. I'm sorry, Helena. I'll make
okay.
sure that it's good if it happens. Oh no. Okay, great. Okay, go. That's fine. This is fine.
Clerics.
This is fine.
Is this why I don't play clerics?
They're
Maybe.
so good. Okay, Locke,
love
it
them.
is your turn, followed by Gull, who will be, rolling that death
Great.
save.
Question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did she pass or fail the dex save on Fairy Fire?
Did she pass or save the she? Oh, what's the? I didn't roll it.
Because
I'm
the
so
DC
sorry.
is 10.
Yeah,
just
she
because that'll
did
determine.
not pass. She failed it.
Oh, cool.
She was
So then
more
she lights up blue, and you have advantage on attacks
Yeah,
against her.
sweet. Locke.
Oh, for real?
Live your
Nice.
life.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
God.
It's just
please.
her, yeah.
Yeah.
How far away is she?
She's right in front of you. She's like looking in the cage, so she's within 5 feet of you.
Great. Can I back up a little bit and cast Ice Knife at her?
Can I just like? Yep. Well, you'll take an attack of opportunity if you do that, but you could.
Cool.
Because now she has actively been attacked, right? So
yeah,
she.
and I have my shield equipped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Keep in
great.
mind that you have 8 rounds until you run out of breath.
Yeah.
So you're gonna. I
But
just
I'll-
want you to know that and keep track of it.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna cast Ice Knife.
Okay. And she is going to do. Are you rolling to hit? Do I need to roll to save? What happens?
So I roll to hit as a.
Go for it.
Spell attack +3. Great. And then whether or not it hits, the shard will explode. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So that's a 6. So I'm guessing that doesn't hit.
No.
But regardless, the ice shard will explode, which will.
Oh, did you roll with advantage?
Oh, I didn't. That's
Yeah,
right.
roll
I
with
had to roll
advantage.
Oh, that's so much better. That's a 15.
Okay, great. Yeah, that hits.
Cool. So that's a 1d10 piercing damage.
Okay, great. Roll it.
10 piercing damage.
10 piercing damage. And what kind of damage is it? Oh, it's piercing. You just said that. I'm so
Piercing.
sorry. Duh.
And so the way that this looks like is that, backs up a little bit and like the water like seemingly comes from behind him and like immediately freezes as it reaches a certain point close to him.
Nice.
And then
that's so cool. Sorry, what was that?
So it hits and then it hits and then explodes, and so now the target has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Great. So the target will make a dex save. She passes. I'm assuming that your thing is less than 15. Your save?
Yeah, yes,
okay.
yes, yeah.
Great.
It's less than 15.
Cool. She saves.
Great. She saves, no damage.
Okay, great. So she kind of moves very agilely in the water. She is very displeased by your very disobedient behavior. Gull, it is your turn to roll a death save. And then we'll find out what this mermaid do.
Great. 14.
14.
yeah.
Yes, okay,
Nice.
so that's one positive save. Yeah. Good work. We
Got
like it.
one.
You love to see it. You didn't expect to knock a character out, so you like to know that they might have a chance of life. Okay. Next up, we love level 1. It's great. It's fine.
Level 1.
It's what level 1. Next up is the mermaid's time to shine. She is going to reach into she's going to reach next to her and kind of swing around, and you see speeding towards you through the water this spear headed towards your direction, Title. And that's a natural 20. Is that? Yeah. That's 11 damage.
Well, the water just kind of goes like, because I only have a max of 10 and I was at 8.
Cool. Great. I've never TPK'd anyone before, but I guess what could happen today. Okay.
That's life.
Title, it's your turn. Roll a death save.
All right, let me see how I roll. It's an 18.
Okay.
1 success.
Great. This is fine. Okay. Up above, you don't know what happens. So that's fine. It's Locke's turn.
Great. I'm gonna cast Ice Knife at it.
Okay, great. You do it. Is that
I'm gonna
all of
cast-
your is that all
It's
of
all
your
my-
spell slots?
Yes, it is.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
But-
Does
Wait,
death
that-
break your advantage given?
Oh, yeah.
Is fairy fire concentration?
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is concentration, so you don't
Okay,
have advantage
great.
anymore. Thank
So
you.
just regular.
Shit. You, that's good. That's 22 to hit.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
Piercing damage.
Yep.
Pure. That's 9 piercing damage.
Okay, great.
And now-
what are you doing? You're doing this with ice knife?
Yeah.
Okay, great. She writhes backwards as you see this begin to pierce into her skin, and a balloon of blood begins to move through the water around you, and you see her smile as her fangs become visible. Because mermaids have fangs, because I said so.
They do.
Great. Now she has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Cool.
Has to beat an 11.
All together? Yes, she does not.
That's 2d6.
Yeah.
Hold
Go,
it.
sweet
Let's
soft
do it.
boy.
Here we go. Ah! Wait, do I have my two? Wait,
Shank
how-
this fish.
Damn it, Lakashun, just do something. Save my plans.
2d6.
I'm
2d6.
Roll them now.
2d6.
And the fish will come to you.
That's 7 cold damage.
Okay, 7 cold damage. You
Yeah.
watch as her eyes begin to glow like tidal pools, and she rears back to begin some dark incantation as the last of your ice bolts right into her mouth, and she just floats backwards through the
Yay!
water. You are, however, in a cage. Go ahead
I
and
have
roll
no
a
weapon.
perception check to take in your surroundings.
Perceptions.
Perception.
Okay.
It's
7.
great.
So we're gonna stay in action order because we have people making death saves, right?
Yes. yes.
So this is what you're. I guess you know what. We'll say you make a perception check on your next roll. Just keep whatever that is, and we'll go into it because that
Yeah.
would have been a full action to do. I'm sorry.
That's right.
And then or a standard action rather. So then,
Mm-hmm.
did you have anything you wanted to do on your bonus action?
On my bonus action, I don't think I can do anything on my bonus action.
Okay, great. So we're moving through the order to Gull, who is making another death save.
Number 2. Whoop. Okay. That's a 3.
Okay, that's a sweet soft fail. It's fine. All right. So next up we have our mermaid who's dead. So that's we don't have to worry about her. Title, go ahead and make a death save.
Right. This is familiar territory. That's a 5.
Cool.
Well
It's
trod
fine.
ground.
All right. Now, what was your perception check, Parker?
My perception check, it was 6. Or
Yeah.
do I re-roll?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
So your perception was 6. You have a look around, and you are starting to feel like you understand that you're on borrowed time here.
Yes.
You pretty much can tell that you're in a locked cage, and you focus all your attention on that and not so much the stuff around you,
Yeah.
just because of what's going on.
Mhm.
Yep.
Let's see
So
what
how
I
would
got.
you like to, I guess, do you want to use anything on your bonus action, or if that was your action to perceive? So now you have, what, 6 rounds? 6 rounds?
Yes, 6 rounds.
Okay, cool.
6 rounds of breath.
That's probably fine. So it would behoove you to focus on breaking yourself out of this, like, cage. And it's like made of, like, wood. It's not made of, like, iron, because it's all made of natural stone and things.
Yeah.
Right? We'll say it's made of stone, not wood. And she is dead. So go.
Good.
I was like, still dead. Yep, that's her turn. She's still dead. Gull.
Cool. Final death save, right? It's 3.
You either need to get to 3 positives or 3 negatives, whatever comes first. So
Or
you've had
3
one
negatives.
So you're
positive.
one and
Oh,
one.
I understand.
Yeah.
I've never had to do death saves.
Yeah, it's
in
fine.
D&D.
It's fine.
Wait, never?
That is never. 12.
Okay, so that's a positive. So now you have
Yeah,
made
you're at
2
plus 2.
2
successful.
positives.
Yep.
Yeah.
1 negative. Great.
Ellie is like, oh no, 2 death saves.
Ellie.
Ellie, I'm killing them. Only one
Yeah.
person is awake, and they're in a
Happy.
cage underwater. So it's fine. These are the things I did with my impulses tonight. So
Yes, and.
it's fine. Everyone's fine. Everything is fine. Okay, so next up we have, let's see, that was Gull's turn, right? Then it's the mermaid's turn. She's dead. Title, go ahead and roll a death save.
All right, that's 2 successes.
Okay, great. So 2 successes. Great, that's good. So you clinging as darkness begins to force its way into your mind beneath these waves, you cling to life and the hope therein. That's doesn't matter because you don't know what's happening because you're unconscious. Locke.
I'm gonna cast Thunderclap on the cage.
Okay, does that do something to inanimate? It does to objects, right?
I believe so.
I need you to tell me these things.
Each creature within range.
I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of every spell, as much as it might seem that way sometimes.
Can you use Thunderclap An item.
Like, you can thunderclap an item, but sometimes there are spells where, like, thunder will, like, do double damage to items. That's
Right.
what I'm asking.
Oh.
The cantrip, I don't think specifies.
Okay, cool. Go
Yeah, it
ahead
doesn't.
and make your roll.
I don't need to make a roll.
Okay.
It's just Constitution.
It just happens. It can't. A rock cannot roll a Constitution save. That's my official ruling.
I can roll damage if you want.
Yeah, just roll damage.
Cure. 3 damage.
Okay, so you see the rock begin to kind of shatter under your thunderclap.
No,
It's gonna take.
Dwayne.
It's gonna take a little bit more than that.
Ooh, that's 3 rounds.
Cool. So, that's Locke's turn. You begin to hear Locke,
Shit.
and you look up and you see this kind of like, it's weird to see, like, you know how we would have a fish bowl? It's like this mermaid has an air bowl around
Okay.
this thing, but it's on a high shelf, and due to your bad ability to see things, you can't tell what's in it, but you can hear that there's something up there maybe cheering you on. You don't know.
Aw.
Yeah, but it looks,
baby.
there's like a glow about this space that tells you it's kind of also trapped and displeased. Okay, great. So this is fine. This is a fine time for everyone in my group to die. So then, Gull, it's your turn.
All right. Okay. That's an 18. That's 3 successes.
Yes!
That means I'm okay.
You
Stable.
stabilize. You stabilize.
I'm
That's great.
stable.
You're not
For right
dead.
now.
Yeah, but you don't
Not
know what's
dead yet.
happening yet. So then it is the mermaid's turn. She's still dead. What a surprise. Tidal, roll me a save.
Well, wouldn't you know it? I stabilized
Okay,
with
so
an 18.
you float in the water, stable. It just feels like home. It feels like
just
home to me. It feels like home to me. It feels
Yeah.
like I'm all the way
Just
back
absently
where
humming.
I come from. That's where I don't know country music that well. I'm sorry. Okay, so moving on. So onward to Pixie's turn. Oh, it's not the Pixie's turn. You don't know what's happening up there. Locke, it's your turn again. What do you want to do?
Thunderclap really isn't doing anything. Can I make like a strength check in order to just break out with just sheer brute force?
Sure. Yeah, you can do that.
Cool.
Are you using like a weapon to do it? Or are you like, what are you doing here? Are you making an athletics check?
Yeah.
Okay. What is it?
10.
Okay.
Why
Yeah.
is it
I
so
don't know
giggly?
what happened over there. I missed it. Thunder Web,
it's
I
okay.
hate you. I hate you. Okay. I'll have none of these shenanigans at my table. God damn it. No, I'm kidding. It's great. Okay, so you kind of like move to the back and then shove yourself forward through the water, like give force to your kick, and you like feel a rumble, but it's just not quite enough.
Ah,
I'm sorry.
I know.
You were doing really good with the thunderclaps. It's just
Oh, I
you
was?
needed to- yeah, it did 3 damage. Now you're doing things that might not do damage. Instead of things that they can't resist your thunder damage. It's a stone.
Oh, well then can I go back and do
No, you can't.
4 rounds
You
left.
made
that?
your- Okay, well that's your choice. You made a decision. I can't stop you. All right.
Variety is the spice of life.
No. I have said no. You can't go back. I said good day, sir. Go. You're stabilized. Title stabilized. Okay, Locke, it is your turn again.
Oh, thunderclap.
Yeah, clap that booty.
Okay, clapping it.
Yeah, clapping it.
With the force
5.
of ass cheeks, you be freed.
5. thunder
Okay,
damage.
great. And you watch as this thing breaks up enough for you to begin to slide out of one of these holes. Your
Bless.
your horn gets a little bit caught, and you begin cast ass clap. God damn it. You guys are all fired. Okay, so you begin swimming through the water, and then you hear... And you look up, and at the top of this thing, you see that glowing globe kind of looking down at you. And you see something strange. It looks like bronze scales move up against the side of it and then away.
Huh. Well, I'm gonna help out that little thing.
Okay. You get up there. You reach forward to grab at it, and your hands hit the outside of something. But it seems like you can pick up this kind of globule of air.
Yeah.
It's like hardened on the outside, like there's like maybe like an anti-magic shell or something on the outside. You're not sure. But you think you can take it with you. And you begin swimming. So you swim the 30 feet you have this round to the edge of the cave. You look down into this thing now that you're holding it, and you see a little like draconic face looking up at you.
Okay.
And it's like, ooh, woo.
Ooh, woo, hi.
It says, break it. Break it.
Oh gosh, is that the rest of my turn though?
Yeah, well now it's your turn again. It's just you, buddy. Everybody else is
okay.
Yeah.
dead and gone. Everybody else is dead and gone.
How do I open it? Thunderclap. Thunderclap, ass clap.
Okay,
Here we
great.
go.
You thunderclap this thing, and it goes just like skittering out of the cave and up, floating into the air above. And now you are faced with the rest of your turn. You can move 30 feet and grab your friend on the next turn. So this is now 2 turns left, right?
Yeah.
Now moving with somebody, you move at half speed, right?
Yeah, I
Through
think
water,
so.
which you're already at half speed. So what's half your speed?
Half my speed is 15 feet.
Okay, so 15, and then you're dragging another person, which means you're moving at like 7 feet around. But if you dash, that's like...
You wouldn't
Yeah,
be able to make
and
it.
that's 15 feet.
Yeah, and then you start taking damage from drowning, right?
Well, that's just what I'm gonna have to do.
Yep.
Then.
Okay, go
You,
for it.
you could also come back for me because I'm breathing.
Yeah.
No, I did. That's why you're my friend. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm
what,
just
what
saying,
he's
like,
saying is you know he's a water
could-
genasi, and you know him, so you know he can breathe underwater.
Yeah, like I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to drown yourself trying
Yeah,
to save
why don't
me.
you just like swim
come
to the
back.
top and come back down
Yeah,
and get your
get
friend?
you
Yeah,
a
just
breath.
Okay,
yeet
I'll do that.
yourself
Yeah,
there.
I'll do that. I'll
Just
do
like
that.
use
Okay.
the force of your ass claps to
Yeah.
shoot you.
This is
out
one
of
of
the
those
water.
important D&D situations where you need to think about your action economy.
Yeah, totally. Then, yeah.
Okay,
Because you
cool.
gotta be able to dash.
So you dash to the top, you break
Yeah.
the water. You see another fantastic sight. Golmeal, not there.
Great.
Golmeal,
Oh, no.
gone. And you... I'm so
great.
sorry, Elena.
It is
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
is.
yeah. Golmeal gone, a problem for another day. And you are able to dive back down below and get your friend and carefully bring them to the surface. For the sake of like moving it along, right?
Yeah.
Let's just like move it along. We're gonna use
Move
a
it
different.
along.
We're
Let's do
gonna
it.
stop the battle music. It's not important anymore.
No more.
So things have slowed down. Everybody is doing their best to sort of recover in the aftermath of this surprising mermaid encounter. Surprising literally to everyone, including myself. I did, though, just for real, because I know you guys will think I cheated, I did roll merfolk. So I didn't choose that.
Yeah.
I was, just saying.
I'm
I
so
know I
happy
was
about
excited
that.
about it, but I didn't
I'm
choose it.
so happy.
So
It was meant to be.
I am really honored that you poker faced your way through that, like knowing.
I
you
know
didn't
it was
say
like this is
anything.
ending with a
Yeah.
mermaid encounter. Oh my god!
Like,
I knew.
that's impressive.
So you are sitting there taking in kind of this scene where Golmeal is gone. Everyone is kind of at the end of their... Even your friend here beside you is still out. You're out for like an hour before you wake up. So it's just you, Lakshun. And as you look next to you, you see something like splashing at the surface of the water beside you as you pull yourself and your friend onto the shore of this tidal pool. And you see a tiny bronze dragonling. And he says, "Well, that was a little interesting down here. Is your friend okay?"
The Genasi, yeah, he can breathe underwater. I think he's stabilizing now.
Yeah.
I don't know where. Did you see? I mean, did you happen to see where my other friend went?
I just saw you down there. I just kind of got up here. We can have a look around, but and he kind of like paws forward towards you on the ground and like shakes off, kind of like a puppy, because dragons are just big dogs. And so
true.
it's just a fact that I know in my life.
Fact,
So
yeah.
he shakes off the water and he paws at the symbol on your chest and he goes, "Oh, so we're family."
Family. You know of?
The Creeping Wood, yeah, I'm like a super cool part of them. I'm the air warden. He flaps his little wings and jumps up and like lands.
The air warden. Exactly what we were looking for.
Oh, you were looking for me. I'm flattered.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh. So they stole you, the merfolk?
Well, I was out for my little, constitutional, more like constitutional, am I right? I don't like to poop in the goddamn nose.
Every single stream you have devolves.
Yeah, he's been into fecal matter. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so he's like, I can't do this. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So he's like, yeah, went out for my morning constitutional, and I happened to notice there was a lot going on in the forest. All sorts of portals opening up here and there and everywhere. So I started scoping it out. I found this pool. There was a very nice lady, and I thought she was super nice. And so, things happened.
Yeah, I was kind of guilty of falling under that spell too.
I guess she thought I was cool enough not to put in a cage, not to like insult you, bro, or anything.
Maybe I don't know the inner mechanizations of the mind of a merfolk, so I won't assume.
Yeah.
But
she didn't seem all that smart to me. Just like focused.
Yeah,
So
right.
you said you had another friend?
Yes, a dwarf fellow, a cleric.
Oh, a dwarf. Not many dwarves amongst our people. Which one?
Golmeal.
Oh, well, we gotta find her. What's the matter with you? Why are you sitting here, you piece of shit? And he's like clawing his ear. They're like shaking you.
Ow! Claws, please, no.
Yeah, claws, please. Claws, no. I don't like this. And he goes, God, we're gonna have to wait for this guy. But then, Golmeal, girl, we're coming for you, bae. She's kind of cute, right? I know she kind of has like that boyfriend, that elf fuck. But I think that could change. I don't know.
Hello, this is my small dragon boyfriend.
Hello.
Oh, wait, that's cute though. Kinda.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's I think where we'll end it for tonight.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh my God.
We'll do a post log. We'll do a post log, right? Or not a prologue, an epilogue. We'll do an epilogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everybody else got to kind of like figure out where they were, except for Gull. Golmeal, you blink yourself awake, and it's like Gulliver's Travels. Tons and tons of pixies just flying around in a world that is full of blues and purples and greens, and it's beautiful but strange. It's almost like the air has different shapes to it. And you are at the bottom of, not to go mermaids again, but like when Ariel is at the bottom of that water pit, where like swirling around you is this strange, sickly, purple, magical energy. And as you look up towards the top, you see a tall, sure, that's an impulse I had, a tall, gaunt, elven woman with cataracts and a crested crown. And she says, "There you are. Just as I thought. The perfect little failure." And that's where we'll end our session. The end!
Oh.
You come into my home via the internet.
You call me a failure!
Oh, man.
Listen,
How
I
much
told y'all
psychic
she was
damage?
weird.
She is weird. She's super weird. I just decided she was the big bad, like literally in that moment. So that's, you know,
I
that's,
think
that's
that's
the
great.
story we're telling.
Good.
So guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for playing on this very wild, enchanted, encounter-filled evening.
Love it.
Things about this I thought worked and things that were a little weird, but I didn't, like, I would still play these characters in this storyline any day. Like,
same.
Oh yeah, same.
I kind of would want to like plan out the rest of it, but that just goes to show like a one shot can give you a cool little blasty into creativity.
Yeah.
How
for
did you
sure.
feel about playing characters that you just like didn't know at all before you started?
I loved it because I'm somebody that in all aspects of their life kind of overthinks.
Yeah.
And so this like made it literally impossible to do because I, you know, looked at my spells 10 minutes before the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I think this is a great way into a character because you're given the numbers and then expected to play all of a sudden, so you have
Front
to fill in
story.
the blanks.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool.
I think it's great.
So let's go around real quick and give everybody a chance to, I guess, tell the people where they can find you, which of course has been scrolling down there for the entire time. But tell the people where they can find you. Let us know, or let the people know. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm so sorry.
You know what? You're allowed to.
Somebody else say something. Starting with Helena.
All right. Hello, I'm Helena, also known as the Magic Llama Mood on the internet. I post new videos on YouTube every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern, which means tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, there is a very cursed video that's going up. I say cursed. It's
I'm
just
so excited.
I don't know how to describe it. Smoggles is in chat. Maybe he can describe it. I have no idea. But you can also follow me at the Magic Llama Mood on Instagram and TikTok.
Nice. That's you. That's you.
That's me.
All right. Next up, we got Parker.
That's me. I'm gonna send my stuff in the chat. Blue. On my YouTube, there's my link. Facebook is at Parker Wallace Actor, and Twitter is at Parker
We just
Wallace.
got a raid.
Yeah, of
We got rated Bard and Barbarian. Thank you so much for coming. So, Bard and Barbarian, sorry to interrupt you, Parker. Just first
No
of all,
worries.
hey guys, also congratulations to the Bard and Barbarian themselves, Justice and Diana, who just got engaged.
Yay!
It's so
Oh my God,
stinking
Mazel.
cool. What's up, Emily the Spoon? What's up, everybody? Tonight we were doing something
Maka.
a little crazy. We were doing a new show called Yes and, where we completely randomize every character, encounter, even the concept for the one shot is all basically randomized, and then we all nearly kill our entire party, and it's fine, and it's fine.
It's fine.
But if you want to see that or any of our other role-playing shows, typically on Thursday nights we are playing Starfinder in our game Starfound with the people right here. Thank you so much, Tasty Peanut, for that subscription, guys. guys. That's so
That was
nice.
very sweet.
Very sweet indeed. I super appreciate it. And we're just 9 subs away from giving away another set of level up dice, stealth dice. So definitely check that out. And I will, I'll tell you more about me in a second and what I do on the channel, but I'm going to throw it back to Parker to finish up telling you guys. Parker, if you want to tell these folks from Bard and Barbarian where they can find you again. Oh, guys, there's
my gosh,
Emily! I don't know what to do.
Oh,
You are such a sweet baboon.
I know. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thanks for that follow, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
That's so nice. Especially after I almost killed everybody, I just feel like I don't deserve it. Oh, but it's fine.
Aw.
Oh, thank you, Emily. That's very sweet. So go ahead, Parker, please, by all means.
Yep. So most of my content is on YouTube. It's going to be at Parker Wallace, Wallis. I post most of my updates on Twitter or Facebook, Parker Wallace, or at Parker Wallace Actor, or at Parker Wallace. And on my channel, I share reaction videos. Most recently, I've done the Sonic the Hedgehog movie made in 2020.
It's hilarious.
Yes, and now I'm going to be releasing one Monday at noon of anime. So
Anime Reacts. All right, fantastic. Can't wait to see it.
That's
And
me.
what about you, Dex?
Hello, I'm Dexter, but I'm on TikTok as Afro Tsundere. I do various anime and D&D videos, currently on an Avatar kick. That may become the focus of my channel because algorithm likes it. And to keep it a stack, as we are 8 followers away from 1,600, so
Hell yeah.
be a star and join the constellation.
Yes.
Ooh.
Amazing. And again, I am Ann Richmond, aka Hearthsinger, the head bard in charge right here at this channel. I basically do a lot of tabletop RPG content here, but I also play RPG video games as well. You can find me painting miniatures and singing while different layers of paint dry. Apparently that's a new thing I do as of Tuesday. I was like just painting, but then I was like, what do I do while I wait for this owl bear to dry? And look at him. He is a beautiful
He's
boy.
perfect.
he's a bear who
He's
is an
so
owl.
So good, guys. I love him. I love him so much, and it's almost
It's a
sad.
superb owl.
It's
Hey.
oh my god. I almost love
Yeah.
him too much. I have to say, BJ Gaines, thank you so much for that follow. I almost love him too much because I actually have to give him away to a patron on my Patreon. I was like, he's perfect. Oh no. Which I know,
That's gonna hurt,
I know
yeah.
it's not the same as when Helena does, helps cats find new homes. But, I'm a foster miniature painter. You can get my
Aw.
work on my Patreon, patreon.com/HeartsingerGames, which you'll see in the chat now, as well as a link to my YouTube channel. I also do weekly videos over there on my YouTube, so please go check them out. My last video was it gave people something to think about. I had a lot of really good and also
It's cool.
cantankerous
Yeah.
feels about it, and it was my opinion on how do you build an active RPG character versus a passive RPG character. And I'd love for you guys to go check out my YouTube and watch that. I also have reviewed a few new Starfinder things, from the ship operations manual to the new Alexa. Well, it's not really new, but there are new episodes of Starfinder on Alexa where you literally just say to your Amazon device or your phone, hey Alexa, play Starfinder, and then it asks you to roll dice, and you're in a single player adventure, and there's voice acting from
It's wild.
Laura Bailey and Nathan Fillion, and it's really cool. So go check out those videos. They're the most recent ones, and the ones I think the people here tonight would like the most. You can find me. It's Thursday, right? So you'll
Yes,
find
Thursday.
me. I was like,
Yeah.
what am I doing tomorrow?
Wait.
I don't
Oh,
know.
today?
I can tell you.
Oh.
Tomorrow you will find me here again at 7 p.m. Eastern, playing in Frontline Friends with my dear friend Christopher Gravenstein. We have not decided whether we want to play Fall Guys again or play some more Monster Hunter World, but we like to bring a little role-playing flair to whatever we do.
It's
Heck yeah.
so good.
So I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll have fun. And then on Saturday, I'm probably going to be painting more miniatures at 3 p.m. Eastern. So we'll are
Yay.
painting more miniatures or playing. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I haven't decided yet, but it's gonna be a
Stay
good role play
tuned.
time. Stay tuned. It'll be great. All right, everybody. That's about it for me. Does anybody else have any last thoughts or anything they want to say before we end this shindig?
Parker,
Everybody-
can I use
I
your
love
Alexa
you.
to play the game?
Yes, you can use my Alexa to play the game,
Thank you.
but after I do it.
Oh.
Um,
I was like, what game? Oh, the game I just talked about.
Yep.
Cool.
Exactly.
If you are interested in supporting me, again, you can find my Patreon at the link I posted before. There are lots of cool things you can get from bonus videos to a podcast every week. But the big thing I want to say is thank you to everybody who comes over there to support me. You are the reason that I can work on this full time and build the awesome community that we have, which you can join over at this Discord. This is a community
Yes.
I've been building for really a very long time with our friends over at Geeks for Good. So please come join the Good Hearts Hearth, as we like to call it these days. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.